We are back once more with another very special episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. Very special in the fact that, it's kind of Easter and, eh.
Not Easter yet.
We're going to learn a lesson.
It is for me. Oh.
Oh.
Are we learning the story of Tarnstead Jeebus?
Yeah, Tarnstead Jeebus. Which you guys might erase potentially. I don't know.
Is this why we have a time machine to save Jesus?
No, I think it's to unsave Jesus.
We're gonna eat Jesus' flesh.
Do you remember when the Ninth Doctor played the Jesus Second Coming figure and then died? That was a good time.
I think this is the episode where we lose the ability to be on YouTube because we said some really offensive
Actually, that
things
might
early
be
on.
a bit of a too British of a take on things. Never mind.
That is too British of a take.
Yeah.
Hi. We should do the roll call.
Yeah.
There's a British, so it's fine.
We are going to do our lovely, lovely little roll call. First up, we have Blackheart as.
Carrick Marsh.
We have Kronos as.
Archie Alira?
We have Hadden as.
Tilde.
We have Marcus as.
Go of us out of loss.
We have Sammy as.
Gifton, Rockgren, Grace Steel.
We have Tobias as.
SVP is still shot.
And you have me, Yuri, as your friendly DM, who'd like to give the recap.
I'll do it then.
Okay, you do it.
Alright. I didn't waste all this time re-listening to it at 2x speed. No, that's how I do it. So
Sound
last
way more high
week...
pitched that way.
Yeah. It's a lot quicker for just catching the major details. But last week we started off by Tilde going into the not TARDIS, because we didn't really know what it was called at the time, and saw that there was a tree in the middle, and it was surrounded by consoles, which are seemingly made of wood. After a moment of not exactly conversing, but somewhat communicating with it, he ended up bringing the rest of the party in, mainly looking to bring Gifted in because he had a feeling she could communicate with it, which she did, learning that it was named Traveler. After a moment, the party was given, a bit of discussion. The party was given a message from Ramiz Midhat of the Tulian Empire, and he also name checks the Time Consortium. He talks about timey-wimey issues threatening the Tulian Empire, and then implores whoever important people the Traveler has responded to, our party essentially, to use a paradox machine to allow them to coexist with our world, essentially. There are some questions about how well that would work. We'll get back into that in a moment. Corvus reviewed the history of the Tulian Empire briefly, while Traveler started to adapt to our magic by gifting and casting stuff, so we could suddenly use magic again. Corvus was shown some possible timelines. There was further discussion about whether or not we should use this machine, and then a lot of in-depth talk about how it works and such. The party generally agreed that we probably should do as Ramiz requested. Just for fun, a few of the party members decided to take a look at alternate versions of themselves.
I thought that just for fun was an ending to the other sentence.
Not entirely sure if that isn't, but we did have a lot of discussion about logistics concerns, such as how we could save our loved ones, talking about this anchor system. And then we started making a bit of a plan about how we would go back and try to make that alternate timeline exist, such as going back in time to reveal the Morgani situation and try to avoid or fight with Heya and change the subsequent punishment, imprisonment of Heya, get all this better future. And after generally coming up with an idea, we decided to go back out into the vault to get some of this stuff to help us, such as the pillar. And unfortunately, in the process, the shields for Traveler went up, and Ensign Tria, Commander Savage, all of the people in the vault were alerted. There were attempts to talk with them, negotiate. They were trying to dissuade us. We, because we were shielded, stole everything that we felt like taking, because we're good people. And then decided to go back into Traveler, drop the shields so we could converse and possibly kidnap Commander Savage and Ensign Tria. Went back out. The shields were re-raised, but unfortunately they'd set up an ambush for us. There was another attempt to negotiate. Cass and Corvus were told on the sly to leave. They tried, but couldn't. Then the rest of the party escaped into Traveler, and Traveler escaped away. Unfortunately, we did not get to kidnap our potential new friends, sadly. We went to the modern Feywild, met up with Ilyn, Oberon. Pretty sure Dadriel ended up showing up. Talked to them about our plans, including telling Ilyn about our time shenanigans and how that was us on that tree that one time. Raz got the divine essence that we received a bit back, and seems to be souped up comparatively because he now has 6 wings rather than the 2 he was used to. And then we were doing further planning, getting ready to collect people for Paradox Machine Anchors. And as discussion of that happened, we wrapped up.
Very nice. Go ahead and take the good heroic inspiration. That's the word. As I couldn't think of the word heroic. It was good. Special. Don't die.
Not
Sorry.
yet.
So let me pick
Wait a
up these
second or
ones
two.
on the table.
Sorry, I didn't realize I had unmuted accidentally. I think my mouse is double clicking on me.
Okay, we are going to pick up about where we left off. You guys are in the Feywild. I believe you had sent Dadriel off already.
Yeah, so go talk to Scrim and his
To go
people.
talk to Scrim and his people.
Okay, well, we got to get this going and we got to go quick because we don't know when those timey-wimey people are coming, right? So, let's put together the list really quick. Of course, all of us are on it. I know we're getting Saga. We need Stenhouse. We need, you said Nathaniel Tilde?
That would likely be a good idea. He knows others better than I do. And much of your beacon.
Yes. And I don't know where Louis Swa is. I'm sure we can track him down. Maybe we do need to get Zenoran and the priestess back. Talal, you okay?
Still going over all of this in my head.
It's quite a bit. All right, so that path there is supposed to take directly to Furamir.
Rassi, I was actually going to I think I can go get Louis Soir.
All right, if you can get Louis Soir,
I'd also like to talk to my father.
Okay.
If you think it's a good idea.
I think
it is.
Idea. I think it's a good idea.
He just got back to power. Like, he might, if this links him back up to his dad, he might be controllable again. His dad finds out he's controllable again, he might just grab him now.
Have some trust. It'll be okay. I trust Raz.
I trust Raz. I don't trust his dad. That's the part I'm wondering about.
I trust him as far as I believe he was working for a greater good, and I hope that he sees this is the greatest good that we can get.
Yes, this is the greater good. So I'm gonna go over and give Raz a big hug. I know you don't need these anymore. You're much too important, but you're gonna get one anyway. So good luck. Carrick, do you want to go fetch Stenhouse?
Sure, I can go do that.
All right.
Am I telling him everything?
Yes. And
Okay.
do we want to get? This is a question. Do we want to get Bill from Dolvewood just to anchor all the people in Dolvewood we might not know?
That's probably a good idea.
Bill has a lot more interaction with people at Dolvewood. While the Capays are treasured, they are a little more recluse.
Yeah,
If-
they kind of, as nobles, wouldn't be as involved, but I think the Capays will be okay.
If
You
There's
do
more
not
interaction with
trust
them.
your own memories of them.
No, I don't.
Been a while.
I want backups for things because I misremember things sometimes. I think some of us do that. So I want to remember as much of them and have as much of them intact as possible.
Didn't you think Saga would be in Winden?
Saga might be in Winden. I do know that Oberon and Titania were going to look into that. I do need to talk to them again. There are things Faye can do with Gifton's going to gesture at her head. That
want me to
might be useful if I can get them to help with that.
Do you want me while I'm in Winden to see if he is there and grab and see if we can get him also?
Yes, if you want to. I know this isn't an easy place for people to get back to.
You want Faramir to be our meetup or Beacon?
I would say, do we want Beacon or Faramir? Because we could have Traveler move.
Beacon. It's less disturbing for those that aren't adjusted to Famirian states.
All right. I was going to ask, and whoever goes to Valda should consider this. Why don't we take all of Faramir?
What do you mean?
Oh,
I mean, the entire population.
Just stick him in the
Leave-
past.
Leave them in the past somewhere. We hide them away. We know Faramir doesn't exist in the other timeline. If everything changes how it will, they might not make it.
There are no
The same way.
guarantees.
And those people specifically don't want to not exist. And I want to honor that.
At least
As
to
much
put the
as I
offer to
can.
the council.
Yes.
I will
if
do it.
there's-
That seems fitting.
Okay. If you would do that, because this machine has this person that we are traveling with, Traveler has told me they have infinite space for infinite people. It's just it causes problems with the last part, so we can't have them all in it at the end.
Given that it is based upon our memories and feelings about people, do we see the need to change those? To forget some we may wish to have better outcomes?
That is why I must go see Lady Oberon and Lady Titania and Lord Oberon. I'm sorry, I saw him in.
Why?
Listen, depends
I
on the
saw
day
him
of the
in
week
heels.
sometimes.
I
was
know,
gonna say it's fitting with the Fae.
I saw him in heels the other day. He rocked him pretty hard.
Raziel closes his eyes for a second and goes, something's better left forgotten.
I would like
Half
to give
weight,
this. Yes.
even perhaps Southwest time.
I
That's
Hey,
not a bad move.
hate to say it, but I would like an opportunity for Corvus's nephew to grow up with his mother and father.
I'm not
Father.
sure.
father is something that could be done, but I believe his mother died of an illness when he
Can
was
be
just
solved.
a young boy. If the other timeline is influenced by just the thought of have
Some-
have Aldo.
Or available medicines. Maybe if you have the memory of them being hale and hearty, even if
or
it's
maybe
false.
if you have the memory that someone's going to look out for them when that happens.
I don't have any
Because
memories
Dadriel,
of that. That was all Lewis.
That is the point
That's the
of
point, creating false ones.
magic modification thing.
Mhm.
Implant a memory rather than
Even
change it.
remembering
Well-
receiving letters from a alive mother.
Mhm.
We are discussing changing the past in more ways than one.
Mhm. I'm just saying that
Rewriting.
even if you suddenly remember, Corvus, that yes, your brother's wife got sick and a kindly light cured her one night, Dadriel and Raziel might be taking the long way back. Or maybe one of the gods will act on your behalf. I don't know, but I'm just saying that maybe some people can be okay. Maybe
We've got a chance to make the impossible happen here.
if we can make the impossible happen, let's make it the best impossible ever. I mean, Grandma Lynn deserves her love. Why don't we try to make the best for everybody? But
We're Indian Traveler right now, aren't we?
Yeah,
You're
we're
near
in
it.
the Feywild.
We
Yeah.
were in the
Yeah, we're near it.
Feywild, just outside of it.
yeah, it's the tree right over there.
Good. Archie's just going to go. Speaking of other crap, given that we took the parts for the thing, should you maybe make it so the lizard man ain't crazy no more?
I mean, we're probably gonna forget that he went crazy.
He was who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
If we forget, that may help.
Yeah.
At least aspects of his fate.
Perhaps if we get it as close to the reality as possible, it'll be more effective. He had a minor spurt and took some time off, but recovers.
Yeah,
Odd.
maybe he started to read the stones and passed out before he could actually read it. Something caused him to just not get the full effect, right? Not like her.
Cassiopeia,
Mm.
you have been quiet.
Just thinking of different things people are saying. And
This is a chance
So
for your
there-
clan.
yeah, but at the same time, the more we go about twisting everything, the
It's not
worse
about
things
the
can
more.
get.
It's about the impossible. We're already one impossible thing is already an impossibility. It doesn't matter how many more we lump onto it.
Yes, it does. Traveler told us that. Remember when I asked?
The more uncertainty that we give to this, the more unstable everything becomes.
We have to decide where we draw the line.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's why I'm hesitant to do the thing with my nephew's mother. Because that happened early in his life. He has no memories of that.
And we
Yes, he
also...
lost his mother, but he had a father for some time. If we can change the fathers out, I'll be more comfortable. But not the mother, even though it hurts me to say that. Because I was not taken, but I lost mine as well.
And
You
it
have to
makes you
also
who you
understand-
are.
Exactly. These tribulations and trials that we go through influence us well into the future. What he is doing now may be a result of that. And if we change that, then his whole essence of being, his whole mentality is now something that he is foreign to. And
Raz
I
actually
don't
nods.
know what outcome that will have, but I've seen myself unravel.
I think perhaps we want to try and keep alterations to recent events, the last year or two. I know that I would not give up a lot of the things that happened to me, even the things that hurt, because they have made me.
So Tarnstead must burn.
Yes.
Colthwaite likely will need to. Perhaps you can write a slightly better version, but essentially the same.
I think Tarnstead burns, but I don't think everybody needs to die.
Needs to die there. No, there
Oh.
could be people to die.
We can get more
Need-
people out,
There
but
will be
it's
intervention.
I
and
think if
Colthwaite can be stopped, and we can move on. But at the same time,
Make it so we found him
We-
earlier, so he didn't sit on our hands for a couple days.
well,
Stop the fires.
at the
rather
same
than
time, if we
wait.
find him sooner, we lose Dingus.
Out of character, how do we lose Dingus?
Because it took us time to track him down, and during that time, Gifting got kidnapped.
No,
Yes.
Dingus was found way
Dingus
before then
was
on.
like
Yeah,
The
we got
second,
Dingus
third
session 1.
episode.
He was the first one we found.
Yeah.
He was
I
found
think
on some
he's
adventures
talking about
buddies.
the time when I got kidnapped and I was going to be sold,
Yeah,
and that happened in Colthwaite, and that
That
wouldn't
wa-
have
that
been
was
that wouldn't be Dingus that was missing, because
That was
Dingus was
Basil.
loose. Dingus never got taken.
yeah,
So he found you.
Dingus.
He would have found you guys. You
Oh,
would have
right,
never
right,
found
right.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I was thinking.
And that happened on the second or third day, didn't it? Because if we stop it earlier, then yeah. Anyways,
Talal was actually going to perk up and just go, you're discussing it wrong anyway. It's hard to tell what is going to happen. Cause and effect are decoupled.
Yeah, it's not going to be
Oh,
one thing happens or the other thing happens. We're going to be changing these people deeply, and the only thing that we're going to cement is certain people, right?
Ourselves, for one. Any of us who travel in there.
and hopefully those closest.
And any of us that stay behind are going to continue to change things. So the event that we put forward isn't the only event that's going to be part of the paradox.
We
So
could set forward plans.
we could. As I said, if Raziel and Dadriel are behind in the past, and Valda and all of them, it could really change things in a good way without ruining everything. There's going to be some things we can't account for, but that's going to happen.
Talal's standing it, going to stand up from where he was sitting in the grass, just sort of idly fiddling with some Feywild flowers, and he's going to walk back over and enter Traveller.
And steal.
And then Traveller vanishes.
Mhm.
Um,
And then the world changes suddenly, and we're in a different campaign.
if anyone wants to accompany him, they can, or you can just continue the discussion.
I will go in with him.
I will
yeah, do I urge you to keep an eye, make sure he's okay.
Okay, if you go in with him, you see him sort of approach the console and gently lay a hand on top of it and just go, "Beautiful Traveller. You say it will be the perceptions, their own existence in this time that influences things, but something must be working with what is there, what is taking, and what knows what parts of them to direct, to keep." And machine just chimes, and the answer is me. And what kind of future do you want to make for these people? The kindest. And Talal just sort of glances back at those that followed him in, idly shrugs his shoulders, and goes, "I think we have to hope for the best."
We do.
That does seem to be the thing.
What happens to you, machine? Traveller is silent for a moment before there's a soft chime in return. Once the paradox machine is enabled, hooked up to me, I will exist in a multitude of spaces, but none at the same time.
Oh, Traveler. You have any suggestions on what we should do, Traveler?
Follow your hearts.
We make the best world for the people we love.
This is what every incarnation of Remiz Midhat told me to do. So I pass on his words.
May as well.
Carrick,
Yes.
just gonna come over and give you a big hug.
Are you in human form or little form?
I'm in human form.
Okay. I can give her a hug back.
We're gonna make sure everything's okay. All right. And Traveler's helping, so it's gonna be the best it can be. The best world for everybody. So you can take who you can to Winden. Should we see if Lady Gentle wants to come?
I can broach the question, yes.
Are
I'm
we
not sure who
sure
she
that's wise,
chose.
Red says?
I don't know who she knows.
Wow, I mean, even beyond that, her own intentions are still a little muddled. Cloudy. He's been a good ally, and he actually looks to you, Corvus, when he says this. Can you honestly say it's not out of convenience for herself?
Oh, it won't be. It will be everything for her.
And you say maybe no Lady Gentle?
I would say yes, but that's my own personal
Your judgment matters.
request.
I think ultimately it is your call, Corvus. I am suspicious by nature.
That is Raz.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But yes, Carrick, if you could kidnap the High General,
I will.
Saga, and Bill. I have some fate to tend to.
I'll depart myself. See you all in Beacon.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll
Do you want me
open
to
the
visit the
day-
Sphinx Temples while I'm in Sahar? See if
Yeah, if you
get Denorin and
his priestess.
Sadar. Yes.
If they want to come along, that might not be bad.
If I see no sign of them, we might have to try and do a more forceful grab.
Yes, if you can. You do know
Steve.
I
Damn
I
it.
get to have flying lessons.
Yes.
You promised at one point.
Oh.
Just aim for the ground and miss.
Well,
Not quite.
I mean, look at how expertly Raziel is capable of flight now.
Yes, I haven't taken off yet, so this will be interesting.
I was-
Say,
yeah,
this
are
may
you
not be the
actually going to
best
be
right
able to
now.
lift off with that many wings at once?
Hmm.
How many is that? Like a dozen?
Oh, pardon? You do know how to count, right, Gifton?
I mean, it's really 14 or
Yeah,
9.
but I'm looking with True Sight. How many wings do I see?
Oh, nearly 18 or so.
It's like 18. What do you think, Corvus? 18?
Is it 18?
In True Sight, yeah.
It's 18.
How many do you have for those of us with regular sight see?
6.
I think you two are just having a problem counting. I see 6.
They're hidden.
Oh, there's at least 14. Archie's on True Side, and she's just lying.
Well, you see, they're drunk.
I mean,
No.
Corvus walks over to one of the wings. Do you see this one?
You put it into a real wing.
Unfortunately, we can't tell the difference.
Quick, tell them to pull some feathers off the wing.
And Corvus reaches towards that ring. Do you feel that?
No. And I'm going to leave now.
Alright, goodbye, brother. Fly safe.
Damn.
I'll try.
Angels touching their wings is actually a very intimate.
Rathiel
thing.
departs.
I'm gonna say, should we leave Traveler here? I'll open up the way through my house. So when we get back to Beacon.
I am not sure I have an easy way to Furamir, but I
follow
do
that
have
path
one back.
right there.
That path goes to Fermi. I believe that's where Lord
But-
Oberon walked.
Yes,
Didn't
they
he
did. They
cross-
did open up a direct path to Faramir in the Feywild.
Ah,
Can
right,
he
yes.
Yes.
Cross from the Feywild into Faramir.
I can get someone to help you with that.
Yes, crazy. Talal was going to. Which
Morris.
Who is Morris? Talal was just mumbling.
I'm gonna poke my head out of Traveler. Morris.
There is no reply.
Morris, you are right here. Stop playing dead.
I will walk outside, Traveler.
Sets up.
So yeah, actually, unfortunately, you know the classic Dracula coffin sit up.
Yeah.
Out of a
Yeah.
bed of roses, Morris, arms crossed across his chest, rises.
Morris, could you do me a grand favor? Telda here needs to go over to Faramir, and he's not going to be able to get out of the Feywild without your help.
Oh, he should be able to, but of course, and he's going to get out of the bushes and offer an arm out to Telday.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
let me talk to you about ideas I had about death and your form, because I think it'd be quite a different experience, and he's going to walk with you to Faramir.
I'd like
Think
to.
about rust and corrosion.
I like to just imagine the guy that was in the closet of IT crowd being Morris now. I don't know why.
Traveler, do you know where my home is?
Yes,
Could you move yourself there?
of course.
All right.
Guess we're going
Uh,
in.
And he goes to Tarnstead.
I will see you all in Beacon.
Do you need a ride to the material plane with Traveler?
No, because I can use this teleport circle to get to the circle in Winden from here.
I
Still.
didn't know Teleport Circle worked in the Feywild.
It does, in fact.
It does work between planes. Cool.
It only works if you're going to a circle on a plane. I believe I'm gonna hit the button real quick to make sure that I'm not
Well,
going completely
that's-
nuts.
Same plane of existence.
Okay.
Say we never spent the time to designate something of our plane, because plane shift would work.
I have plane shift. But if you want, I could just plane shift you. Do you want me to do that?
Oh, yeah, you can hit your ride with Traveller. It's all the
Or
same.
you could drive a Traveler and just do it from there.
You have a circle and beacon.
Yeah.
Oh, the circle itself's not as important, but yeah, I'll hop with Traveler then.
Okay.
Cassie, do you want to go with them to go get Stenhouse?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All those that wish to make a quick trip to the material plane can board Traveller. Which, to those outside of it, you will just see Traveller sort of gradually fade out of existence. Not accompanied by any wheezing noises, because those are copyrighted, I think.
And also, we don't know how to turn on the emergency brake.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a nice
Live.
quick fade. Right. Arriving in Beacon, Traveller will arrive in the Brockman household, disguised as a cabinet, a kitchen cabinet.
Children are.
Why is all the doors in my kitchen? What the hell?
Yeah. Unfortunately, when the kitchen cabinet opens up to allow exit, there were witnesses. Care.
Children or non?
No children, thankfully. Care's just
safe.
standing there, shirtless, in just basically his pantaloons. Looked like he was frying up some bread and some bacon, so a fried bread sandwich. And looks a little perturbed, not scared, just perturbed at this random appearing cabinet in his kitchen.
Making bacon.
As you sort of exit, he's just going, I Carrick,
Hello.
Hello.
Corvus.
tree
New
has
form of
promise.
travel.
In a way.
Tree.
Yeah.
Still a
Talal.
tree. It's still a tree.
Did send Talal with.
Yeah, Talal was. I shoved Talal in that
Okay.
box. Yeah.
Yep. And she says, and another drow. Hello. Well, hello. Ooh, what is this? And Talal was going over it and just starting to examine little modern oddities, even just like the way the cooktop's built.
Please don't let him burn himself. Please don't let him burn himself.
Thankfully, he's not dumb. He recognizes a source of heat.
This is Talal. He's a great mind from Sahar. Can he stay with you for some time before we all reconvene here?
Sure.
Actually, this might be the best place because someone here speaks his language.
That is true. Resumsia, isn't it?
Also, Care speaks as well.
Yeah.
Also,
I
And-
don't
and
really
the
know
kids.
that, so.
Thankfully, all of those that are in the presence of Traveller are able of understanding each other.
Care, maybe imperative that you don't let any of your children at the cabinet.
Yeah, I'll just close that up real quick. They'll be back in a couple of minutes. Rosem was taking them out for some candy.
Gods.
I thought I had a moment alone, and he's quickly like getting his sandwich out of the pan.
Well, I'm gonna grab Cass by the arm and go, two of us
Bacon
are heading to
sandwich.
Winden. So we will leave you be.
Care looking at the door. Wait, you guys came all this way and you didn't bring my wife.
Hello, ever had
Didn't
fried
you?
bacon and fried bread? Yeah, you can leave him cutting up his sandwich to share with Talal.
Wait, did you
Hello.
stay inside, Traveler?
No,
No.
I stayed in the Feywild.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Talal,
thought you
this
came
is-
too.
This is Gifton's husband.
Oh.
Talal.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Charmed. Let me get my shirt on. And yeah.
You're a blacksmith, Care. You don't need a shirt.
Uh-huh.
That's what we tell Razem all the time.
With Razem, she probably believes you too.
All right, we'll be back here shortly. Everyone's kind of doing things.
So who all actually came and who stayed?
Cass, Corvus, Carrick.
I'm
Archie?
guessing Echo came probably with us.
Echo.
Yeah,
I
Echo would
followed
have.
you. Did Archie come?
I hadn't said I'd come with, so
Do
50-50.
you want to be in the Feywild or go with
Yeah, tell
Telden?
me where you are.
She'll stay in the Feywild because she doesn't have any way of getting anywhere anyway, so she'd probably just stay with either Gifton.
Giffen would insist you go.
Okay,
Oh,
so
in that case,
Beacon is where we were
So
going
basically,
to meet up. anyways.
everybody
Yeah.
except Gift and Telday.
Okay.
Yeah.
oh, that's easy. Archie can start gathering.
So
like,
he is actually gonna like force you guys out of the kitchen because it is
Yeah.
pretty fucking crowded.
Eric's already dragging Cass out. When I said I was doing that, I was
Yeah.
literally grabbing Cass's arm and starting.
And I
to pull.
can't fight back.
Yeah, as lovely as it is to see you all, please get out, get out, get out. I'm having my sandwich in peace with Talal. Right.
I'm just gonna cry.
His
all out
future
into-
husband.
He is the gentleman who gave us the stuff about the information about the forge.
Oh, okay. Cool. I hope he likes bacon.
What is
Everybody likes
bacon?
Who
bacon.
doesn't?
Tell me of this bacon. Everybody's out of the kitchen. So who is going where?
I am. Oh, good.
I am sending a message to Lady Gentle.
Okay.
It's just Lady Gentle, this is Corvus Adalas. I need to have an immediate discussion with you. Are you in a location where I can arrive? That's 24.
You will get a message back of currently picking some things up in Winden. I can meet you at a pub if you want.
What was it? Hound and
Hydra.
Hydra, yeah. Another message. I can meet you at the Hound and Hydra if that's amenable.
You get a reply of, terrible adventurers bar. I'll see you there. And right, there you go.
Okay. And Corvus will go and this way.
Oh, you're breaking up a bit.
Corvus, I should say, is he roboting for everybody
Yes.
else?
Repeat that, Marcus. Yep, still roboting.
Yeah, you're full robot.
We will see if changing the location of
Discord
this
server.
Discord server will help. US East to US Central. Save change. Okay,
Hello.
try talking now.
Hello.
Much
I am
better.
Corvus Glass.
All right, do your thing.
I'm gonna take Echo to Winden through the way of the slice.
Okay. Right, you slice your way through the empty and enter it. Carrick?
RG, can you?
Yeah.
Out of character, we talked about Nathaniel, right?
Yeah,
Before
we did
left.
say Nathaniel.
Do you want to go talk to Nathaniel while you take Cash to get Saga and Senhouse?
Yeah, I can work on it.
Thank you.
Yeah, RG
And,
would actually know Nathaniel a bit better than most of you do at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Exactly.
that's actually the thing. RG does
Yeah.
know Nathaniel best.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start drawing a circle. Take a minute and cast circle to teleport to the Winden circle with Cass.
Okay. Right, you guys head off to Winden. RG, you head into Beacon, Central to go track down Nathaniel.
Now,
Mhm.
we just out of character. So we take people with us to set the timeline, and then we dump them in the past. But when we get back to the future, can we go back and get them?
I don't know. It's
No
that would
idea.
Probably that would probably cause a problem depending on how the time works out, because we'd be altering the past at that point if they had been there the whole time.
There's also two piles of people. There's the people we are going to be leaving in the past, and the people who are coming with us into the paradox machine to set the present with us.
Yeah, which is the
Anyone in
20-person
paradox
limit.
machine is coming back to the present automatically with us, and then time travel's cut off.
For those that you're leaving behind and possibilities of traveling back, you might want to ask Traveler about those kind of scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we know one time method, but we don't know who all will safely be able to go through the tunnels. So.
Which will probably be an answer of not sure because this has never happened before.
And yeah, it is somewhat unclear whether this might mess up the Sphinx pipeline as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, or at least if it does, they get to come out of
probably
the
will.
tunnels first.
Mm-hmm.
We can't take it as a guarantee, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. We are going to go ahead and handle RG first. RG, it doesn't take you long to track down Nathaniel. If you're heading directly to find him, if you wanted to do other things first, of course you can say.
She'd probably, since we're in town anyways, check in and like just base a couple things she need to do, including also going and briefly seeing Marissa.
Yeah, you can visit.
Hello, dropping off gifts and stuff.
She's dropping off all the Saharan gifts and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, visiting Marissa will belay you a little bit, because she doesn't really want to let you go again quickly. But Marissa's doing okay. You can tell she's been worried about you. She's do
I will
you
say, anytime that we were in the present,
Mhm.
Archie was using sending stones back and forth, and she does have 5 sets that are just for
Yeah.
Marissa. So,
Yeah. Doesn't really belay the worries, even knowing what's going on.
so yeah, she's been making sure to keep in contact as much as she can.
Yeah. Do you tell Marissa what's going on?
No.
Okay. In that case, you have a pleasant little half hour with Marissa. I say with Marissa, it's mainly with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
But you get a nice little bit of time. Any other important errands you had to attend to as well?
Nothing I can think of. Like, she might at the most go and check on the various things, like the various hops and craps she had at the thing, but just a quick kind of poke her head and go, yeah, everything's fine. Close the door again.
When it comes about time for you to sort of get going again, Marissa's actually going to ask her, do you want me to, come out with you? If you're staying around a bit, could take the kids out for a walk while you do whatever you got to do.
Sounds good.
And she hands you one of the children. She's going to carry the other, and you can head off together. Doesn't take long to find Nathaniel. Nathaniel, as always, is in the sort of centre of everything. That nice little ad hoc governmental building that his home has now grown into.
Whether he wants it to or not.
Yep. When you find him, it looks like he is actually talking about expanding some fields to the south of the town with a couple of farmhands, basically just to get a greater degree of food grown both for the town and for export.
Efficiency.
Yeah. And after that, he waves at you and Marissa and goes, "Oh, how are the lovely couple doing today?"
Doing fantastic. How are you?
Oh, I'm working, and there's that sort of eye glow that you've taken for his form of mirth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just coming over, and he actually extends things out to fuss over the kids a little bit. And what can I do for you both today?
I got something I need to talk to you about. I'm actually going to tell both of you about.
Is this something you need to talk about in private?
Yeah.
Okay, come on in. And Nathaniel will lead you and Marissa into his office. Closes the door behind him, and just a little simple lock that he closes it up. And just gestures for you both to sit down as he sits at his desk, which is covered in paper.
Of course.
Yeah.
And RG will look at both of them and explain to both of them everything.
Okay. All right.
Saving a moment of it, I having to do it twice.
Yeah. Could you just to sort of summarize and see how well you get across the ideas and such? Could you give me a persuasion roll?
Sure.
You want to re-roll that?
Yeah, I'm going to.
As fittingly argy as that is, some time bullshit.
It's an important thing.
Listen, time bullshit, get in the box. That was RG.
Yeah, we'll use that card. And I'm also going to, just for the sake of it, that one. That too.
Okay. Very nice. Yep. Okay. So, you get this down into layman's terms as best as you can, maybe in a way Archie wish it had been explained to her. And it's not the most smooth thing. You get plenty of questions, and there is clear apprehension. Nathaniel seems more thoughtful on it, but Marissa's actually worried. This seems mad.
It does. I won't deny that.
You could change everything. You are changing everything.
That's why we're trying to make sure the people we bring in with us, it'll form things from their memories. It'll attach better.
Can't just rely on the idea of memory. You've got to take us.
Okay.
She just nods. She still looks kind of petrified by this concept, but she like sits back in the chair, hugging the child she's holding very tightly, to the point of like some.
At that point, notice that RG has actually had a pretty firm grip on
Yeah.
child in her hands too. Just kind of stroking their head and all that.
And Nathaniel is just sort of gazing. You're certain you need me for this? Would your own? You've been here a long time.
Yeah, but you, in all honesty, Nathaniel, you know everyone in town way better than I do. And you know more of the town, of everything in it. You are the best bet to making sure that the town stays as it is brought properly. I've got so many other memories that are going to be affecting things that, like, we don't want to run that risk.
Do you know how likely the probability of complete failure is, that you change nothing and this is all as it is still?
I don't, but when we go back to the machine, I can ask.
Because as I see
It's
it,
here in
the
town,
moral
it's-
quandary is an easy one as long as certain things are met. If this is truly going to be redone, then I have no choice but to go back to try and solidify what I know. Otherwise I remain and I am potentially changed along with everybody else.
Hmm.
But if there is a chance that you go back and it all stays the same, I would be leaving them without... not to make myself sound too important, but a rather vital cog in the running of this town.
I think, near as I can guess, for how the time thing works, it would have been like you were never gone. Like, we go, we come back, you're back right at the same time.
If it works.
I think even if it doesn't,
I'm not...
just going out and coming back at the same moment.
unless you never come back.
That's, yeah, consideration.
I'll need to think about this.
Understandable. Like I said, if you want, I know where the machine is. It's here in town. It's sitting at Gifton's kitchen currently.
And you say it's intelligent?
It is. It can answer questions. It can talk.
Then I suppose I should have a word with it.
It can show you different possibilities of the world.
I'm not interested in any of that. All I'm interested in is what we've built here.
Making sure. Mm-hmm.
Right, would you please introduce me to this traveller?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And RG will reach out to kind of.
Meanwhile, Marissa literally packing everything that you own.
Marissa's actually going to look at you, Arjun, and go, I'm not sure I want to meet this thing yet. We need our stuff. Have you thought about that? We need clothes. We need... I'm going to go pack. I'll get next door to watch the kids for a moment, and...
Hun, we're going in. We're coming back out at the same time. Our clothes will still be there.
See, what about Nathaniel said? What if we get stuck back there, or we come back and our house isn't here, or...
We'll get cast to build us a house.
We're going to have one of the greatest carpenters we know and two of the best tailors we know in the machine with us. If any of that goes wrong, I'm pretty sure they can help us out.
Well, I still want to have some things.
Okay.
Like, they need their toys, and yes, she stands up, giving a firm nod that is trying to hide her distress.
Hers and go look at her and go, I'll bring Nathaniel to it, and then I'll come back to the house. Okay.
Yes. She sort of held out her other arm to take from you, to double carry back.
If Archie's just gonna go, I can keep holding him for a bit longer.
Okay, you be careful taking them near that thing.
Absolutely.
I don't know what kind of weird time things it will do.
It doesn't seem malicious or anything like that. It really does just go to it, and they that's how we got here.
It might be like 5 hours older than you were. She just sort of mumbles.
I don't think a couple hours would make difference, but yeah, I'll make sure they're safe. Okay.
she just nods, and Nathaniel will do this sort of gentle guiding arm of like, come on, let's go, knowing when he has to push things along.
Yeah, Archie will nod and just go, let's go.
Okay, the three of you can head out, staying together most of the way until Marissa splits off towards her and your home, and you can take Nathaniel to meet the Traveller. Right. In Wyndon, we are going to grab Corvus first.
Okay.
Right,
That weird dry path through the empty.
So Corvus, you enter the empty, and something just feels strange.
Just a sec. Go. Corvus will look around.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Wow. I mean, that's a 20. Do you want to keep your 20?
It's a 1.
There's no natural failures on
yes,
skill checks.
I'll keep a 20. I don't have any rerolls or anything.
Oh yeah, you don't, do you?
No.
It's empty.
Do you want one?
Sure, man with all the skills.
We got 8 cards. He wants to share.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, 37, much better. It was DC 30, so congrats.
Oh.
So,
Well,
Corvus, I assume you're wearing your little buddy that you picked up to see colours again. It's only because of that you're able to perceive this at all. And even if you had your normal colour vision from way back, you probably wouldn't be able to. Because the colours in here are of a spectrum that humans don't normally see. There is almost a light coming over the horizon, which you weren't really aware that there was a horizon here, what with it just being pure black and darkness. But they don't know any north, south, east, and west, but there is a direction where there is light coming from. Almost with, like, there's a dawn.
So pretty much Echo just sees him staring off into
The abyss, yes.
the void. Yeah.
She just reaches out and takes your hand and goes, "Is everything okay?"
You don't feel different or uneasy at all, do you?
No, I feel okay.
There's a light over there.
You sure?
Does he also notice that there's no fluid?
Yeah, I think
Or
you
lack
would.
Little less.
Yeah. This, what was used to be a sort of like, sunk, a decent bit of it. The bottom, the sole of your boots would normally sink all the way in.
Like
Now there's barely any.
Carter strained out the tear duct of the dreamer. It's gonna get a really dry eye when it wakes up.
No, it's just filling with fucking sand from the hole he left.
Yeah. Got sand in his eye.
Corvus robot.
Yeah, I think Corvus roboting again. Marcus, we'll come back to you. Do you want to go ahead and give your modem a reset or something? Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
We may need to communicate via text.
Yeah. Okay.
Morse
Carrick
code.
and Cass.
Yes.
You heading to the military teleport circle in Wyndon?
Well, I'm
That's where
being
we
drugged wherever
appear.
Carrick's going.
Right. Okay. You appear there, welcomed in as with familiar greetings now. Dave, the attendant here. Just gives you a quick little salute and goes, business in town, sirs, ma'am?
Sir?
Possibly.
Yes, sir, ma'am. I'm sorry, Lord, lady.
Lord,
It's fine. It's fine.
you lady. There's two of us here. Is
I know
the
Cassie changed what she looks like again.
yeah?
Yeah.
She looks
dead
back
have
to being
risen.
good.
But yes,
a little
business
younger
in town
than
or
she
with the
started,
general.
but
Is the High General in?
I believe so, sir. I think you know the way.
Thank you. I was going to ask if he was available, but we will find out deeper. Thank you.
Sir, if I've learnt anything from your visits, is he makes time for you.
By any chance, and I don't think they would be here, is the Phase ambassador in the complex by any chance?
In the complex, no, but I believe he's still within the city bounds.
Okay, thank you very much.
Kind of make a big hoo-ha if he's leaving, you know.
Yes, thank you very much. Gonna give him a salute back because I'm not...
He nods and opens up the sort of big armored door here for the both of you to exit.
Gonna head on through.
Right. Okay.
Move on through to.
Where are you heading first? To the general?
General, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can go to the reception as per usual, and she just holds up her hand and goes, "Hi, General, I presume."
Yes, please.
Well, I'll send word.
I know
And
us so well.
that's why you come here.
Do you know if he is presently occupied by chance? Or
Does it matter? And she sort of mumbles as she's picking up the little phone-like device and dialing through, and she
he can finish the business if he is in business.
she just holds up her fingers to you. Please let the High General know that Carrick Mask and Cassiopeia Stillshot are here to see him. Yes, I'll tell them. And she puts down the phone. He is in a meeting currently, but he shall be out momentarily.
Thank you very much.
If you'd like to go wait up at his office.
Thank you. And Kirk's gonna head there because,
So you are heading up the stairs when a meeting room door actually opens up, like just about immediately, and you can see some perturbed officers in there, picking up papers apparently in the middle of a meeting. As the High General just smiles broadly and goes, "Ah, my boy, and my dear girl, what brings the two of you to see me?"
Things that are classified and cannot be spoken about outside.
To my office then. Where are the others? Don't have time for old Stenhouse anymore.
This is a
classified, and we can only talk about it in private.
No, yes.
It is a time-sensitive thing, so others are taking parts of other parts.
Cass is actually looking at Carrick going, "That's a pun."
It was not meant as one, but technically, yes.
It works.
Okay. Right, and he lets you into his office, and he's immediately heading over to his little drinks bar, and he's pouring himself one. Just sort of looks to the two of you.
Yes, please.
Pours you a drink. Pours you a drink. You guys are just given some scotch on the rocks.
Thank you very much.
And he sits down and goes, "So, what is it? World not ending again, I'm hoping."
So, not technically ending, more like preventing the end again.
I'm an old man. Make this very clear for me.
We are intending to go back in time to
fix the future.
Yes.
No. A couple of my mages have talked about such matters before. Something about butterflies flapping their wings and suddenly towers fallen in some other country. It's a bad idea. That's what they stressed to me.
It's a very bad idea.
Acquired the
king cut the kibosh to our sort of research into those matters, you know.
Yes, this is from a different timeline than our own that has found a way to make it work.
What?
It is very complicated and very odd. We're basically going to be combining two timelines to make a better
timeline.
Think about it this way: time is bush.
Just gonna start
Every
grabbing
dis-
pens.
How can time be
Every
a bush?
decision you
What
make-
time on the bush is tea time?
All time. No.
Every decision we make makes a new branch. Another branch that's near us figured out how to cross branches and figured out a way to splice branches together.
What's this got to do with butterflies?
No butterflies,
doesn't.
other
It
than
won't.
they pollinate the tree.
As far as my understanding goes, if you change a thing, it changes everything, right? And that's bad because we are.
This is where
Well-
this is where the stupidity gets to me. Somehow they've managed to discouple occurrence and causality.
Basically,
Yes, you're intelligent. You explain it.
basically, those of us who are inside the machine will be keeping everything intact with our memories and knowledge. That is actually why we are here.
So the butterfly
That's
flaps its
beautiful.
wings and the tower stands.
Yes.
What will these boffins think of next?
We were hoping you could be one of those in with us to help make sure that we get to where we are now.
Sure that the
In the
tower
safe way.
stands.
Hey-
We need to know what the tower looks like.
Tower
He
standing.
is just staring at you with like false comprehension, and it's quite clear.
All right, Blackheart.
Thomas,
I'm
Yes.
we need
Blackheart.
you to come
Thank
with
you.
us and be a hero of time.
Blackheart.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you this out of character as your friend.
Yes.
This is the things that Carrick should know to say to Stenhouse.
Stenhouse.
Stenhouse loves Barast more than anybody that we have ever known. He is the heart and soul of anybody that we've ever seen that has lived on this freaking continent. If anybody is going to make the best Barast happen, you need Stenhouse, and that's what you need to say.
You, sir, are probably the person we have met with the greatest love of this country.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, but I'm touched. I am.
We need you to make sure Brest stands. We need you with us.
And this thing that you're doing, it has to happen.
It will save millions of lives.
How can I say no then? But what exactly am I agreeing to you? I'm coming with you to do a thing.
Going
Yes,
for a
we're-
ride, and you just have to keep Barasset close to your heart and your near mind.
It's always close to my heart.
Exactly. That is why we need you.
Oh, and yes, how could I refuse?
Think of
It
it as-
is going to be very, very quick, as in, we need to go find Saga, and then we are to return to
Oh,
Beacon to begin this.
I can help you find Saga if you want. I believe he's.
That would be very helpful. That was going to be my next attempt at trying to be guided to.
He has a small little estate near the Palace Gardens. I'll give you. Do I need to pack?
Probably not.
Not anything major, because this should be very quick, but just as a precaution, because we don't know exactly what might happen in steps, you may want to make sure you have a weapon, just as a precaution.
Ah, right. He opens up this drawer and just pulls out a revolver. Okay, got that.
How big of a revolver is it?
Quite sizable.
I should say, I don't see him carrying a small revolver.
I
Yeah.
like to think it's the one from the trench coat we saw. Oh
No,
man,
he
he needs to go
doesn't
get the coat of revolvers. That's what he needs to go get.
No,
Is this enough
you see,
weapon?
He just pulled out a judge, is what he pulled out.
Yeah, basically.
Pulled out a casoul.
That would be good. Yes, we've got some ammo.
No need. And he's just pulling out boxes of ammo. And he's like, "Where's my duffel?
It's dump a bag of ammo.
Where?
This is why.
This is why we love Thomas.
Then he hits a little button on his desk, and he just goes, where's my duffel? Your duffel, sir? Yes, my duffel. Had what I used to bring in the coins a couple of years ago.
Carrick would almost be
um,
laughing if he wasn't too scared to.
I don't know, sir. Have you checked your cabinets? Cabinets, of course. Storage places. And he lets go of the thing. And after a bit of rummaging, he's pulling out an old duffel bag, which he's going to just put some of the ammo into. Pauses briefly and goes, "Do I need to bring my coins?"
They should still be here when we get back.
Okay, grand.
Yes.
Just a little nip for the journey then, and he's pulling out a couple of bottles from the drink cabinet. Those are going into the bag.
Carrick's going to
Let's see, my fresh change of uniform, my overnight clothes. Yes, he apparently has some overnight clothes here.
I mean, makes sense.
Which he's just shoving into his bag, and then he just hefts up this duffel onto his shoulder. Right. Oh wait, I'm assuming we're leaving right now. Are we leaving right now?
Yes. As soon as we go get Saga, we'll be heading to Beacon.
Grand. If anybody asks why I'm carrying this, tell them to shut up and mind their own business. Right.
I can do that.
Right. So you are going to leave the military complex
And you
with
honor the king.
Stenhouse, where there are aides and officers that, seeing him carrying out what looks like to be a packed duffel bag, do get concerned. But they are basically shut down with, "This is a private matter. Mind your own business. Get back to work."
We're just gonna have to make sure he retires early with all this.
And when one of the officers does push back a little more, he goes, "Do you see my rank? Do you see that? That means I can do what I want.
I have to mention that to Gifton.
If you ever get to be High General, you can do what you want, but right now, you are a captain, and that means you get to sit down and shut up when I say so."
That guy actually wasn't the captain. He just got promoted in the process. But
You know what? Yeah, why not? This poor guy goes, "But I'm not a captain, sir." "Well, you are now, so shut up and sit down and enjoy your promotion." You hear a distant "thank you, sir," like it's a bit delayed, as Stenhouse will walk out with you all.
Turns out he was the colonel next to
Right now, Stenhouse is doing the strut of "I'm saving the goddamn country."
Yeah, there is a degree of puffed out chest here, because boy did you flatter him, and he likes a bit of flattery. Right. He will take you on a walk to the palace, where in the sort of nearby vicinity that sort of links up onto this lovely garden behind the palace. It's a rather humble little building as far as visiting dignitary goes. There's notably quite a few guards around it, but they are immediately flagged away by the High General, who just gestures to you, like, "Go and do your stuff. I will stand here and make sure nobody intrudes."
Thank you very much. Gonna go.
I should probably holster this, and he's actually going to put his pistol that he was carrying in his hand away. Yeah.
That explains why everybody was running away. That explains so much.
Right. You can go up and knock on the door.
Yes.
Which, after a moment, there is a familiar satyr opening it up. Saga, taking a moment to recognize you, because it's been a bit of time for him. But then he perks up a bit and goes, "Oh, let's see. It was Cassio. Cassiopeia, and the lovely, ever so attractive Carrick.
Thank you.
It's
Glad you
about
remember
time
me,
you came
Saga.
to see me.
Uh,
Honestly, I was expecting visitation far sooner than this.
Well, I will apologize for not coming sooner, and also apologize for this meeting being probably different than what you were expecting.
Not a friendly little chat then.
Well, there will be a friendly little chat about what's going on, if we may enter.
Then please come in. There is a. Do you want some food? I can set up a little platter. There is a local patisserie here that has lovely little treats.
Is it run by a centaur?
No, not a centaur. It's a lovely elven couple that's come from Iran.
Ah, Heather, absolutely. We're
Uh,
gonna do the long version of the talk.
okay. Do you want to explain far more in detail?
About what we're doing, yes. I'm not going to go too much into everything that we have been going through because not going to bring up the whole mirrors thing at all.
Right. Yeah, but the actual immediacy of what you're doing.
Yes.
For his part, he seems to have a far greater understanding of what the hell you're talking about. What with being Fae and their coupling with time being ambiguous already. And the idea of cause not having effect, he sort of grasps it quite easily. So just listen, you have the approval of my lord and lady for this.
Out of character because
Out of character, at the end of the last session, I had gotten Lord Oberon and Titania to sign off on it, and then they were
That's
gonna.
what I
They said you will have him.
Okay. Yes. Lady Gifton was told by Lord Oberon and Lady Titania that we would have your assistance with this.
Then why are you asking? I have already been given.
Because I will be honest, I am not Fae and do not understand all of the ways of the Fae. I apologize.
Well, need I pack?
I am guessing as a Fae, your weapons are you.
Yes, indeed. But I do have quite a many outfits I'm very fond of.
If you would like to pack some of the clothing you are fond of, that is absolutely fine. If you would like some assistance, we are going soon. I can help.
No
with
assistance needed.
When you are ready, we will travel over to Beacon and meet the others.
Give me just a moment, and they will briefly finish to what you assume is likely their bedroom or so on, where you hear what definitely sounds like Fey incantations being uttered.
Oh God.
And then they just come downstairs carrying what looks like to be a little briefcase.
Does he? Oh, he doesn't have the umbrella. Can't think of the name from.
He's not Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah. Yep.
He's not Mr. Tumnus.
I was hoping.
Oh, he's gonna just suddenly take a stick out and it's a parasol.
We're talking about dining desserts and stuff. I have 3D gum.
Now, might I ask,
so my brain was like,
are we leaving the city? And if so, by what means? Because they get a little funny about me doing that.
Well, on the plus side, the High General is also coming with us.
Oh, great. It smells like a kidnapping.
He's certainly building up a motley crew.
Yes. I mean, about as motley as we usually are. So I am guessing he would probably do the same he has been doing to everybody trying to stop him, which is go away.
Yes, I'm not sure he actually has the authority to move me about, but I'm sure he can bluster his way through. So, I am at your service.
On the plus side, we can leave here from your front door, from in front of your door, so...
Or perhaps inside?
Yes, if I could go get the High General, if you do not mind...
please.
Magic being used inside your home?
Oh, this is hardly my home. It's just a place I'm staying here.
No problem. I'm going to use a teleport circle, just...
Oh, how cute. And they're going to take a seat and just wave their hands to you to go get your High General.
Cass, would you like to get him while I start the circle?
Or does Cass want to see anybody during this?
That is a question, too. Did you want to go stop and see anybody, Cass, as we were doing all this?
Not really, because Cass would be tempted to drag Millie along, and Cass doesn't want to leave Millie in the past.
Yeah, you can leave Millie in Beacon. She can start baking shop down to
Just kidnap her and leave her in a different city. There's no point to it.
I mean, I would say if you want to grab Millie, there's a good chance that some of the people on the list aren't going to actually be on the list, because Raziel's not going to be on the list, probably.
Yeah, do you want to go see Millie?
Yeah, you could go get Millie, because I'll be honest.
Because you could have done that while I was talking with him.
Yeah.
Well, Cass is following along. Yeah, Cass will go talk to Millie.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you can
I don't know.
You can have them hold tight for a second, while you sort of dash through town heading towards Millie's, which she's open at this hour. The sort of little jingle of a bell as you enter her shop, and she immediately brightens when she sees you and goes, "Oh, sweetie, look at you! You've grown up."
Yeah, that took some intervention.
Oh, I'm glad to see it. What can I do for you, love?
Actually, it's more what you can do for me.
Yeah, that's what I asked. What can I do for you?
Yes, that is.
She's just grins a little bit and goes, "Now, don't try and be clever with me, girl. What do you want?"
You to come with me to save the world.
Okay, I don't think I make that.
No, but I would love for you to come with me and help me save the future.
I'm hardly an Avenger, love. As much as I like the Avenger money, I'm not quite in the line of putting myself in mortal danger.
Oh, you're not going to be in mortal danger. So things are happening, and you know more people in Winden than anyone I can think of.
She squints a little bit and goes, "Not really. I know people down the, these couple of streets and such.
But you have customers who come in and out all the time.
Yep, not everybody's as memorable as you, sweetie."
I know, but things are going to change. The world's going to change here very shortly, and we're trying to keep as much of now together as possible. And you would be able to help us do that.
You're right.
I am fine.
It sounds an awful lot like you've hit your head, sweetie.
No, I have an incredible migraine just trying to wrap my head around all this. But, yeah, there's a lot of movement going on, and we honestly could use your help.
Look, love, I like my little shop here. I'm not really just sort of run off and
Well, if things go the way we think it's going to go, we'll be back in about 15-20 minutes.
She scratches her head a bit and goes, 15-20 minutes?
For me?
No,
Big stretch.
no danger or anything?
If there's any danger, I'll be there. My friends will be there. We have the High General with us.
Oh, I suppose I can put up my be back soon sign.
Heck, we can even get you a new name or a new last name if you want it. We can make you a new clan.
What on earth are you on about?
Hey, you're digging the big hole now.
Yeah, no, never mind that.
Are you up to some shady business?
No, we're not.
Because it sounds an awful lot like shady business. And if you're in trouble, sweetie, we can try and fix things. It's always best to come
Also,
clean.
Look how grown up she is again.
Millie, history's getting changed. In order to preserve what is now, we need people who know now. You know now, here.
She knows the Centaur community in Winden.
You know the Centaurs. You know Winden. We're trying to preserve the now. Because the past is changing.
Because the past is honey, the past doesn't change.
It has. Multiple times.
I ain't never read about that.
That's because it's changed.
She squints at you.
I mean, did you ever hear about me being killed in the past? No.
Actually, many times you've died. In fact, she knew you died. She got upset about it.
Honey, death and resurrection isn't changing the past. That's kind of what you adventurers do.
Yeah, but I died 10,000 years ago.
Yeah?
I wasn't supposed to be there.
But you were.
Yeah, and therefore the past changed.
No, because that's what happened.
Nope.
What, you saying you
still
didn't die then?
Died. You got res now.
No, I'm trying to go over this with her. Time is a pain, and it hurts my head.
Just that they're going, no.
Yeah, Toby. I know how much you love Millie, but I need to make something very clear to you. You're dealing with a level intelligent 8 commoner here. She's
The nah is strong.
she's just crossing her arms and going, okay, you've been hanging around those wizarding types too much.
I only know one wizard.
That's one too many.
You know 2 wizards. 3, actually.
Actually, I truthfully, I know a lot more than that. But
Yeah.
Millie, would I lead you astray?
She squints her eyes again. I bet you would.
Why would I?
Because you think it'd be a fun and good idea, and then my bakery is closed 20 minutes more than it should be, and I lose business. But if you need me, I do very much owe you. So,
And I will make up for any losses you have because you were closed for 20 minutes.
right, I'll say I'm taking a long lunch, and she's pulling out her little store sign, and she's just scribbling on it.
I don't know why everybody says it's going to be 20 minutes. We haven't even got 20 minutes to gather everybody.
I never said it was 20 minutes. I just said
I
we were
know,
doing
I'm
it.
just
I
saying
thought it
this.
was going to be 20 minutes.
We have as much time as
Ha-
we need.
Well, you guys have to remember, you're going back, and then you got to take time to actually change things.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, it's going to be
20
whatever
minutes.
time it is
And
now.
you're not.
20
Are you
minutes.
arriving back at this moment, or are you arriving back in a linear fashion? You take a week, you arrive back a week later. Who knows?
We're all going on
Yeah.
a really big
Listen.
vacation right afterwards together.
All that matters is that Cassie is going to have an amazing marital distress moment with Millie later.
Okay. Right. Oh, let me get this dirty thing off. She's taking off her apron and folding it up, and so
Some bread.
do we need a snack for wherever? What are we going somewhere? Is this?
yes and no. It's hard to explain.
Okay, I'll bring a snack then. And she.
I think Talal might actually get a kick out of that.
I don't. You mean Talday?
No, Talal.
Don't know them.
No, you don't, because he died 10,000 years ago.
You and your 10,000 years. She's just packing a couple of loaves of bread and a box of,
Everything
box of
10,000 years
pastries.
ago. I think she just arbitrarily likes that number.
Right. How many people are going to be?
We're trying to keep it below 20.
About
Oh,
10,000.
20? Oh, dear, you shouldn't need to say these things, and she's, going to pack up a bit more. I mean, you need me for my baking, right?
We need you for your beautiful mind and memory.
Oh, shush. And she just, waves her hand at you as she's picking up more baked goods.
Listen, if she makes sure that cinnamon rolls will exist in the future, she's worth her weight in gold. I don't care.
All right, honey, you take these boxes, please.
Okay.
Right, okay, let's go. She'll put her sign up on her door, then, go out with you, close and lock it behind her. And you see her just getting across the street. Agatha, just, can you mind my store for a little bit? Just, make sure no one messes with it. Thanks, love. And she's going to follow you.
Oh, and just one thing. When we get to where we're going, when we go inside, check your pockets. There are a bunch of tiny kids who like to hitch rides.
Oh, there's Giftons.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, God. See that? Oh, will they be there? All the cute little faces?
Well, the thing we're using is in her kitchen right now.
Okay.
Yeah, trust me, it hurts to think about at times, but thank you for coming. I do appreciate it.
Okay. Right. You can head back to meet Carrick with Millie in tow.
And somehow you grab Stenhouse along the way, which he's happy to see Millie too, because
Yeah.
it's just
The
these two lovely ladies, right?
Saga is all the more immensely amused by this even more motley crew. And Carrick, you can teleport circle all of you back to Beacon.
Okay, I will do that. I am going to step AFK real
Right.
quick.
Now
Corvus.
Corvus.
Aye.
Right. Okay. Shit.
See the light and the thingy.
Yep.
See that slow fluid and just.
Mhm.
If there wasn't so much going on, I would want to look to this.
A time like the present.
The good thing is that the empty has that weird time thing. Mind following for a second, Echo?
Of
I
course.
know. Can you not see it?
I don't see any light, but if you say it's there, I believe you.
You've seen a sunrise or a sunset before.
Uh-huh.
It looks like that.
There's no sun here.
I know. Maybe it's this thing that I'm seeing it with. I don't know. He's gonna start walking towards that direction.
Okay. As you start walking in that direction, Corvus,
Mm-hmm.
that sense that something odd is here, it starts to grow. You feel something in your chest, in your stomach. A feeling that is both exhilaration, fear, just gently growing. And then you sort of feel this knowledge. Soon, it is time.
He stops walking.
Echo stops behind you, gives you a concerned look.
I had a feeling that this may be what this is. Your brother is potentially waking up on his own accord.
Yeah, she looks off to where you were gazing, then looks at you, goes, "You sure?"
No, I'm not sure, but it's a feeling, it's an excitement, it's a nervousness, it's a potential of new things. It's that sort of spark of something new and exciting, but
Awaiting what's
in
next.
yeah. And there's a feeling that it just feels like
But
it's getting close to time.
you feel that.
Yeah. Yeah. She sees Corvus step back a bit. He swallows hard.
When you step back, she moves in closer to you, and then she puts an arm around you.
We need to speak with Lady Gentle. So,
Right.
let's go.
Okay. You move back on course, and soon enough you find your exit point, cutting your way out into an alleyway near the Hound and Hydra. As you head towards it, you can actually immediately see Lady Gentle just sort of waiting outside, leaning against the door frame. She's wearing just a sort of, nice casual suit's not quite the right word, just a sensible, more academic looking suit. Um, and wearing just a nice tinted pair of glasses. She smiles at you as you approach and gives you a casual wave. Goes, "Hello, stranger. It's been a bit, hasn't it?"
Yes, it has. Walk and talk.
Walk and talk. They sell
Alright.
terrible drinks here.
I've had them before.
And she'll just give a sort of gentle acknowledging bow to Echo, and Echo smiles and waves at her. "Hello. Hello. So, what is it we've got to discuss? I imagine it's important matters."
Yep, it's important. It has to do with changing the future by changing the past, what is to come.
Going back in time and rewriting things. We've done it time and time again.
This is everything, though. This is taking our time, our point of time, and stitching it to another timeline.
She actually pauses briefly and she just gives you a look and goes, "It's not possible."
It is if you have a machine that says it can do it, and it's a paradox.
She actually, her look turns bemused and she goes, "You're telling me you have something like that?
Yep,
And you're telling me?"
I am.
Might I ask why?
Because I want to have something that's part of what we were a part of. I don't know your full intentions with things, but
Focus, my friend. I'm a scholar.
I know. And that's what I find most important.
You need me to preserve things. You're saying that's
Yes.
there's some importance in the people that use this?
Yes. Each one of us that is in the paradox machine will provide an anchor that will keep our points of time solid.
So we become the relevant references for whatever comes.
Correct.
She actually takes off her glasses, staring at you with black eyes. And she gives you a big grin and goes, "Well, what are we waiting around here for?"
Well, there are those that do not think your presence here at the thing be conducive.
Angel Boy?
Angel Boy, and I'm not sure about the others, but I think Gifton is okay with it. The others did not voice any concerns.
Dude, she's like my book club friend. We
Yeah,
share
I
books
know.
and talk about them.
Well, I hope that you know that while I might not always be the most aligned, that I wouldn't do anything to, I don't know, hijack the future or whatever their concerns are.
Well, I'm not sure what the device would tell you, but it's what we think and hold and remember will be what is most preserved.
That's troubling.
Yes.
Are you sure you want me along for that?
Yes.
Well then, let's take me to this machine.
Do you need... We will have potential encounters and hazards along the way. Do you need to grab anything?
She just pats her jacket and goes, "Got most of the things in a little extra dimensional space here. It's basic armaments. Everything else, well, you know how it is to keep multiple little stashes. You can't really carry them all with you."
Well, yeah, let's... Oh. Well, The empty is getting a bit odd as well, if you haven't noticed.
I've noticed. A
Have you seen the light?
light? No light. I've just noticed the calm.
Mm-hmm. Calm before, air quotes, storm. Whatever that storm may be. You know of. So I approached the light. Again, that's a very disheartening thing to
Is
say.
is it omnipresent light or directional?
It's a horizon. It's a horizon. It's like
Horizon.
a sunrise or a sunset. Something is.
Did you
ending or
find something
is
generating it?
starting. No, it just kept on going. When I was walking towards it, there was a sense of excitement, fear, trepidation, exuberance,
It sounds like exploration to me.
but there was also a strong feeling that it is time.
And that's a most foreboding thing to say.
Particularly that my time is his time.
Are you sensing some kind of end here?
Yeah. His end, or his awakening, or there's a part of this timeline stuff that they talk about it. They call it the awakening. It's when
An awakening can often be a new beginning.
Yeah.
Echo's actually going to clasp your arm for a second, Corvus, and go, it doesn't necessarily mean an end for you, right?
No. I don't know. I haven't had much conversation with him quite some time, so I don't have a lot of answers to provide on that matter. My initial idea was that when the time came and I was to go back to him, whatever that may be, he would wake up. And it seems like he's doing that on his own, or it's that what we're ever doing is causing some sort of rippling effect.
Or maybe it's you, Lady Gentle just says bluntly.
Oh, it's maybe me. But we are to save this time and save another's time by stitching us two together.
This is ludicrous and I love it.
Well, I am happy that you love it. It puts a smile on my face.
Where are we going? Beacon?
Beacon.
Right, I'll pick up some writing materials there.
Okay.
You or me?
I do a lot. I owe a lot of people a lot of things.
No. Who's opening the path?
Oh, feel free.
She'll nod her head briefly before she opens up a slice into the empty and gestures you in.
I like the immediate recognition there of Corvus thought that was you owe me, and she was saying you or me. It was great.
I heard you owe me as well.
I heard you or me, and then it was like, oh, that's funny.
I heard the or myself, so.
Okay, you guys can journey back to Beacon.
In the middle of the street, we just...
Oh yeah, she seems to not give a single shit.
Yeah. Corvus doesn't even bring it about. He's just like, okay.
Lady Gentle keeps you on task, walking through the empty, but Corvus, once again... Wow.
Cans fall over.
Cans fall over, yes. Once again, you are able to see that light on the horizon. And feel that feeling.
Look over to it, but keep focused.
You will arrive back in Wyndon. Toll Day.
Yes.
You journey with Lord Morris, who has lots of ideas about what it must be like to have a fully metallic form, no organic parts, and how you could experience so many different ways of death that you would not be able to as an organic. And he seems vaguely jealous.
I will tell him that I have never experienced death, but I have been told that another form of me has.
Maybe I could. Maybe I could make a form for myself like this. Temporary housing, maybe. Could work. I mean, you're essentially Fae, right?
Essentially.
It is not incorrect to say that.
Maybe I could do that as well. Oh, still more important matters right now. Here we are. We have set up a nice easy access, a little doorway, if you want. I still don't want to quite go out there myself, so I will leave you here. But Faramir awaits, and it's lovely to see you and see everybody, and it's just a wondrous time.
Are you sure you do not wish to?
Oh, go on
join
then.
me?
You've twisted my arm.
I will make the proper introductions then.
You can step out into Faramir with Lord Morris at your side. Immediately, there is a hustle and bustle because it looks like they have been made aware that there's some stuff going on in the Feywild. Lady Tanya and Lord Oberon must have made some noise.
Oh my.
You are immediately met by Melinda just outside the park, who seems agitated, and she's just looking at you directly, Telday, and she just goes, "What have you done to get them riled up?"
Oh. It was not me.
I don't believe you. It was always you.
Aw.
Keith remembers you. Most of all.
They are repairing the Feywild.
Mm-hmm. And that takes the efforts of multiple Fey Lords, one of which comes out here and declares, "Be prepared, for they are to arrive, and you must give them audience."
Did he do a lot of swooshing with a cape?
An inordinate amount, yes.
Yes, that is very important part.
Wilhelm is now sad because he is not the capiest person.
So, I am expecting you are requesting audience with the council?
Yes.
Mm,
Also, I did wish to make an introduction for you.
please.
This is Lord Morris of the Feywild.
You are a big lady. Charmed. Then please, this way, Lord and Lord.
Oh, yes. I always forget about that.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. Melinda will lead you.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Melinda will lead you to the council chambers. Clearly agitated the entire way. She does not like the Feywild becoming active in her city. Right, once there, the entirety of the council is here. Annabelle included, who had been quite reclusive. The moment you enter, Wilhelm is actually going to stand up and open up his arms wide and goes, "Oh, Telday, it is lovely to see you again. And you have brought our lovely Lord Morris. Oh, please, welcome to our city and to our humble chambers. I hope that you will find them comfortable. Please, both of you, why don't you join us? Sit down."
I fear I may not have as much time as I would like, so it is best that
20
we
minute stops. We gotta
speak.
take her.
Felder sort of waves at Wilhelm and sort of like down with the theatrics and just nods and goes, "What is it, Tilde?"
This is not easy to say because it is far more complicated than I wish to try and explain, but to put it simply, an option has been proffered to save millions of lives, but it will require altering history.
Are we talking about the Hexenreichers here?
They should also be saved.
Also,
Yes.
what other lives? The Noran front doesn't.
They may also be saved.
Okay, that's two alsos. What is the major component here?
Zaha.
Saharan people, the ancient Saharan people. Melinda is perking up as well as there's a closed sarcophagus that rattles and like creaks open ever so slightly.
Yes,
Are we talking the Tulian people?
we are.
That kind of resurrection, and are we resurrecting them in the modern day? Because that's taking a lot
No.
of people from heaven.
There will be no resurrection.
So you're talking about going back and fighting their demise.
The past would be altered.
That will have ramifications beyond belief.
Yes. But there are options to mitigate the issues.
Luther just sort of leans forward on this and goes, "How do you mitigate alterations of time?"
By allowing contradiction to exist.
Sigmund actually perks up at that and goes, "No, really?
You are familiar.
I wouldn't say it's an entirely unfamiliar concept to quite a few scholars here. The idea of allowing alterations without affecting the present is a fun little conundrum to ponder, but an impossibility by our means."
Not our means. But it would require anchors to ensure certain things do not change.
Our means. Fowler looks at you. Whose means are we using?
By the Tulian empires.
Melinda tilts her head a
I
bit
don't know
and
why,
goes,
but I could hear the blink blink from them here.
the
Broke
Tulian
with that
Empire
out.
was quite advanced when they fell, but nowhere near that, and certainly not under my reign did they advance any further.
They were much more advanced in another future.
You're talking alternate timelines, aren't you?
Yes.
Do you have something from an alternate timeline?
Yes.
Shouldn't be possible.
And yet it is.
So you have something from a future alternate Tulian Empire that allows paradoxical events to happen.
Seems you have caught up.
I mean, I don't know the exact details, and I'm sure it would take a lot of study, but the general concept is easy enough to grasp.
Then you can guess why I am here.
I can think
We
of
have
many
two-
possibilities why you would be here.
We have two offers. We need anchors, but we are also unsure of the possible fate of your people. So, we wish to see if you would like to relocate
Yes,
to ensure.
our history is deeply tied with Hexenreichs, which, thanks to some people, and she looks over at Melinda, is deeply tied with the Saharan people, altering their fates would alter ours. Surely Lysol would still found the city. no, except perhaps... No. So, this anchor concept, this is his people?
A person would be an anchor, yes. Or we have the ability to transport all of you.
Oh, surely that's an excessive effort. If you just need a person as an anchor, one of us could go with you.
There are potential issues due to your long lives.
Sigmund actually nods slowly and goes, a lot of history and memory gives it a lot of space to try and anchor, yes?
Exactly. There has been talk of excluding myself for the similar reason.
And yet you're still... colonize the past. Affect
Exactly.
our non-existence by existing already. We'll have to talk
Perhaps.
about this and call a vote and getting the... How large is this machine?
As large as necessary.
Falls in line if you have a mastery over that kind of time manipulation. Surely space is no means to look at. So, it's still a lot of populace to move. Even just to get to this machine.
Yes.
And not everybody might choose to. We're going to need to discuss this, and we'll need time to disseminate information. How long do we have?
Dan, tell them that we can move the machine there.
The machine will come to us when it is necessary.
Still the logistics of literally entering. How big is the entryway for this?
Yes, it would take some time in that regard.
Right. In that case, we'll discuss this amongst ourselves. I'm sorry, this is an issue we should decide internally.
No, I understand. That is why I wish to speak quickly.
But we will put word out ahead of time to ready the people. Thank you for bringing this to us, Telde. And, well, thank you for wanting to preserve us.
There are a few things more precious.
Melinda just snorts a little bit, goes, you always had a soft touch. I'm glad it's come around to me.
And if Telde and Melinda stay in the past, I'm gonna ship them so
And
fucking
then
hard.
there is a glint in her eyes that suggests mirth as she leans that large draconic head down towards you, Telde, and goes, to think you'd be saving me.
I will let you continue to discuss this, and I will take Lord Morris around the city if you do not mind.
Melinda sits back as if like there's some weird little victory she thinks she's had. Before Luther and Fowler just nod at you. Sigmund seems caught in fault. Otto is unreadable because he's barely come out of that coffin. And Elisa
like,
is just
slowly
looking at
closing the
you
door.
with a little bit of perplexion. But Wilhelm will just go, oh, I wish I could give you an escort, but this sounds like an important matter that I must be part of. So please, give him a tour as if you were me.
If you have any questions for me, please, feel free to summon.
Yeah, Fowler will nod and go, if we think of anybody, it's a rather large... There's many questions, but we'll try and narrow it down.
Of course.
Right. Okay, so you and Lord Morris can leave. Thankfully, the long-lived scholars who have explored this kind of thinking before.
They're probably going to go get Lysol
Uh-huh.
and have her in on this.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
This is a big talk.
Yep.
And meanwhile, I'll be like, all right, so this is that spot
You
where some shades tried to kill us.
No.
and over here
Wilhelm
is
asked for you to
where we
control our
almost have-
keyword, which is make shit up.
So this is the spot where most of the party died to shades, and
Right, Gifton.
Yep.
What are you up to?
I gotta go find a lord and a lady.
Okay, so you are going to step out through the Feywilds in search of Lord Oberon and Lord Titania. You know how the Feywild works now, so you want to go to them.
Yep.
And
I go to them.
your path leads you to them. You find them both near a bronze tree, just out front of it. You see them as you're walking down the path, hand in hand, facing each other. A sad but still smiling face of Oberon gazing at Titania with absolute adoration, and Titania's just speaking to him softly. But as you approach, they both catch sight of you, and they let go one hand, still holding one between them, so that they can stay by side. But they turn to you, and Lady Titania just goes, "Lady Gifton."
I'm gonna kind of rush at them and try to embrace them both in a hug and choke back a sob.
You are going to just Gifton. This makes you feel like a child again, because these two tall beings just very gently embrace you and pull you
the
in.
Mommy and the puppies are my people.
And Titania just goes, "Oh, sweetie, what's wrong?"
We've come so far, you know?
You really have. And Oberon smiles very softly at you and goes, "You've come so far, and you've brought many of us further than we could have dreamed as well."
And I don't want to lose that. And I'm gonna do everything I can to take care of our charges.
We were just talking amongst ourselves about the possibility that, and Tanya closes her eyes as if she's a little pained, and Oberon just says, "Possibility that this might not happen again."
I have terrible requests to make of you.
Please, any requests? None are too big.
I wish for your memories to take back to you.
Oberon tilts his head the other direction, and it does strike you just how animalistic some of his mannerisms are. As he goes,
I know what that would do.
"I was quite a force back then, I hope you know."
I know. You're still a force now.
I am a pale comparison of what I was, but I think that's a good thing. But if you wish to take something back and try and set us on a path before so much tragedy happened, and you see him tighten his grasp on Titania's hand,
I would like to set you on a better course with all that will do.
then that ask I am more than happy to give. And he looks at Titania, who just nods, and she crashes down and goes, "You'll be saving us a lot of pain and suffering.
I know.
Even if this us doesn't
Yes. And it will save a lot of pain for so many others.
You must make sure that your kind still happen, though."
Not like that.
"Not like that.
Not again.
No. A gentle gift. Pixies are so curious. I don't think it'd be hard to find many that would grasp at the chance to have those wings gently taken away and go on a little adventure into the mortal realm."
I will trust the wisdom of my lord and lady.
Perhaps you,
And I will make the towers anew.
Yeah. And while you might be giving us some memories, give us a little nudge if we need it. You are our guiding light through and through.
I will never be far.
She's going to look at Oberon and goes, how are we going to do this? What grand object or flourishing show of memory are we giving? And Oberon ponders briefly before he just reaches up and snaps off a piece of his horned crown. And he holds it out to you, Gifton.
I bow my head.
And this is all that is me. Focused on the good, I hope.
Here, I was hoping I was going to get to take your panties.
You need not ask, I will just give those straight away if you want. And Titania just gives him a little nudge, rolling her eyes before she too mimics his motion, breaking off a piece of her, antlered crown and holding it out to you. And here is all that is me, as scattered and brief as its memories of late are.
And we need not worry. We will be together.
Be safe, my dearest sister.
I will try. But I am too wild to stay safe. Not for always.
And too brave and kind by far to stay safe.
Oh, I must attend to my own family.
There's a briefly pained look on Oberon's face before he actually kneels down and embraces you with both arms oh so tightly.
I'll hug him tight.
From this me to you. Farewell.
Farewell. I'm sorry we didn't get to go to the tower together.
You must make sure that you go with a new, better me.
No, it's just you. It's just you.
Then the promise will be upheld.
We'll hug Titania, and then I am going to smile at the dingus and go, you want to just make a door?
Dingus actually reaches and laps at you like tears a bit. Goes, Mimi, and just looks off to the side where you see a doorway form.
Alright, I'm gonna go home and spend some time with my family.
Okay. You go back to your household where Rezem and the kids have come back. Talal's there, looking a bit ill because he's been fed a not just a bacon sandwich, but like literally the bread was fried. And that's a lot of grease. Care's guilty pleasure.
Yeah, Gibbs is gonna laugh at that a little bit. So, what have they been feeding you?
I don't know. It was delicious, but oh boy.
Oh, here, you're gonna want something to calm your stomach from that you've never had. James was awful the first time he had fried food. Angel going to fried food from no food was awful.
I can imagine. We have fried food, but such a monstrosity. The future truly does have strange wonders.
Try that with cheese. It's really good when they melt the cheese on it just a little bit. Care, we're gonna pack the kids up for a picnic. I think that would be nice.
He looks a little concerned, but he just nods and goes, "Okay, we can have a picnic." And he'll come and give you a hug. Razem coming over as well behind you and just sort of embracing both of you. She has that capability.
Yeah.
You can pack up some nice things.
Okay.
Right. One by one. Telde, are you remaining around for a minute until you sort of get an answer?
Yep.
Yeah. One by one.
I have tons of facts I can make up about the city to entertain Morris.
Yep. Morris is enraptured. He likes the stylings of this place.
I'm sure the residents don't mind at all him asking about what it was like to die however they did.
Morris in particular will love some of the stuff on display at the Emorian music shop, because there's a lot of, death themed stuff there. Lovely little skull masks and so on, which seem a little pointless for the Fomorian people, but he laps it up.
My brain just came up with this is where death metal came from.
Nice.
But before long, you will get a message from Fowler, in your mind, Telday, which simply says, "We have decided that the only reasonable course for us is to join you. We'll start mobilizing the people. If you'd be able to bring your machine here into the central courtyard of the city, outside our chambers."
All right, so I knew that it was parked over at Beacon. I know that RG is one of the people who was staying in Beacon, so yeah, I will send a sending to RG.
But RG, I assume you left Nathaniel to question Traveller and then went back to Marissa.
Yeah.
She does have a little bit of a sort of upset. Like, this is a lot. She does have a little panic. You've got to sit down with her for a while, but you're able to calm her, reassure her that this is the way to go. It'll be okay. And it's while you're sitting with her that you'll receive a message from Telday.
The Furmirians would like to move forward with the plan to go colonize the past, but we will require Traveler to do so. Can you spare it?
That was to me.
No, that was
RG.
to RG,
Yeah.
since she was the one where it was supposed to be.
Arjo can nod and mentally respond back, not out loud, just go, I'll get over there and I'll see what I can do. If I need to contact you, I'll find someone who can cast this.
Run
No,
up to
you
a
just-
wizard on the street and say, "I need sending."
No, obviously the correct solution is to get into Traveler, go to Furmir, open the door, yell no, and then go back to Beacon immediately after.
Not allowed, illegal.
Okay. While that's happening, Gifton.
Mhm.
You'll actually receive a message on Angel Radio, which just says, Scrim and his tribe, they are prepared to go.
Okay. Come on, Salal. We gotta go.
We're going?
we're-
Machine going, or?
Yeah, the machine's going. Did you want to wait here or?
Oh no, I'd love to travel some more with this beautiful thing. Where are we going?
We are going into the wilds of Barast. We're gonna go see Scrim and his people.
Oh,
They're the Goliaths.
Okay. Marvelous.
I'm going to take out the radio that we have, and I'm going to tap and just say on our radio. Actually, do I have this? Hey, everybody! I'm just going to move the box really quick. We're picking up Scrim's tribe. If you need it moved somewhere else, just let me know. We're going to do that really quick.
I'm sorry, I'm going to need you to say breaker 9.
Breaker. Roger.
Roger.
Yeah. Roger. And then I'm going to ask Traveler when we get inside to take us to Scrim's tribe.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
Sorry. Arju, when the radio went off, gone, oh, right, crap, and pulled it out and just gone, yeah, actually, after you're done there, could you take it to Furmir? They're ready to come too.
Sure, will do. I think they have a larger population than Scrim's tribe, so I'm going to grab them first.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why Arju said after.
Do you want me to swing by Barast last to pick everybody up so everybody has time with family first?
That's a good idea.
Alright, take all the time you need.
While you're actually talking, Raziel is going to be walking into your home and then into Traveller, accompanied by Louisois, Denorin, and
Bonjour.
Sadar.
Well, hello.
Oh, cat. I forgot, he's a cat.
Denorin's sort of giving you a grin, Gifton, and going, I am told that we are doing something very stupid.
Huh.
I
Let's
didn't
see how
use
this
those
is.
words. I said a wondrously foolhardy plan.
Huh. All right, closing the doors on Traveler.
They
But
deliver
you know,
the
you can
animals.
see it in his eyes. He says, foolhardy, but you can just tell he's thinking incredibly stupid.
Right.
Curiosity is, did they
You are
deliver
able to
my
take
animals?
Traveller to Scream Hayeson's tribe, where they already seem to be prepared. You see most of the tents have been taken down, seem to be packed up. They're basically carrying large satchels of supplies and so on. Are you going out to meet them, Gifton?
Yep, I'm gonna go out and check it all out and look at Scram and go. This isn't how I wanted to come visit your tribe, but you know.
He gives you a little grin, and he actually pulls you in for this one-armed hug using the larger of his arms, which essentially lifts you from the ground, and it's ever so brief. Like, you will let go immediately. But he then just places a hand on your shoulder and goes, yes, not the grand visit to my mighty encampment, seeing it all pulled apart, but I'm told we are to have new lands.
Yes, wild and open and free.
Maybe a chance to get a better path.
For both our people.
He just claps you on the back, and you can tell there's a little bit of him trying to mask apprehension because like this so-called machine is a little beyond his ken. But
It's got a beautiful tree inside. I know it.
He just nods and goes, "It's just a tree that moves the time ways. It is nothing to be scared of." And he says that quite loudly as if addressing his tribe before just stepping straight on in.
Yep. I'm going to ask Traveler if it can make itself into like a really large hut with like really big doors, like, you know, like a big hall that like a lot of people would move through. I don't know if it can do that with its illusion.
It addresses you. I do not have much influence over how I appear. However, I can appear as a large object that fits the area, and it will actually, it can turn into a large hut.
Okay. And then we'll open the doors. Hopefully the doors are slightly bigger,
Yep.
and then that'll help.
Nice set of double doors.
Yeah, nice set of double doors. Open those up. And I'm going to help haul everything in with whoever else is there helping.
Okay. Right. You are able to move the glyphs in, and Traveller once again shows its ability to alter its interior, creating a large chamber that the glyphs can go and settle down into, going off from the main room.
Mm-hmm.
And before long, the glyphs are all on board. Scrim staring up at the center tree with a couple of his shaman with him, and he goes, "So you are a thinking machine. You do not look like a machine. You look like a tree."
I
And
think they're just a tree. They're just a magic tree.
I am both. I do have some mechanical circuitry, but it is recessed in the greater expanse of my being. I am also an organic being and a metaphysical being.
Magic tree. I
Yes.
nod to Scrim. Magic tree.
He just nods in agreement. Magic tree.
This is somehow easier for us than technology. We'll go with magic tree.
Right.
All right. Well, we have to go pick up the dead now.
It's the Familians.
Yes.
Good people.
Other good people.
Yes. And, right, the Traveller will make its way to Furamir, where it will appear in the central courtyard, and
I'll ask it to be as big of a building as it can try.
it basically tries to mimic the styling of the council's entryway, which is a wide doorway fit for dragons, leading down into, like, it basically looks like it melts into the floor, like that sloping entranceway. Only, of course, it goes into its greater being. So yeah, it creates quite a large structure, entranceway wise. Still quite a logistical nightmare.
Mhm.
But the Fomorian people.
Is Daniel still on board talking with it?
Yes, he is.
Is he just sitting there going, oh.
I mean, he just keeps seeing people coming on board while he's talking with this tree. There's no real sense of movement from his side.
I just assumed he agreed to come along. I don't know any
which Scrim like stabs his fist to his chest when he sees Nathaniel and he just goes, "Hail Warforged," and Nathaniel just gives him a little like, "Okay," nod.
Where you guys come from?
Yeah.
Thoroughly out of his element, but not caring.
Wait until the Death Star are board.
Man, what's great is there's also a lot of livestock in this thing right now. I don't know if you know that.
I'm trying to ask, did my animals get delivered, or did the animals? Just
Oh
left
yes.
or
Yeah. Shit. Those would. So.
The builder's here. Everything's here.
No, they're not. They're not here right now.
Maybe one more time.
Raziel was going to pull you aside and goes, "We have the creatures brought through from Sahar stowed away safely, but I couldn't really carry all of them with me, so we'll need to make another stop."
We'll move. How's the flying, by the way?
Quite fast, but there's something weird. It feels like I'm expending far more than I used to do it.
Move
Huh.
15 instead of 2.
Like you're tiring out?
Yes,
Weird.
it's strange. You think more wings, more fast, more better, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess you've got to flap a lot more now.
Yes, that's the logistics of it.
Have
I'm
you
sure.
tried flapping only 2 of them at once?
I did figure out that I can put most of them away.
Oh, good.
Can't get rid of the 2 though.
Oh, so you're always going to have 2.
Yes, which, if my father intends for me to be subtle and sneaky, that's a problem.
Well, apparently not you being subtle and sneaky.
He also talked to his father too. How did that go?
You're not there to ask that.
I know. I was just reminding.
I know.
Okay.
I am not suspicious of Raziel. I leave that to other people. If
Okay.
Raziel wants to tell me what happened, Raziel can tell me what happened. I am going to show Raziel the 2 antlers. I'm making changes.
I killed
How-
them both.
I assume that you didn't take those by force.
Oh, yes, I wrestled them to the ground. I also have.
I think they would have
Oberon's
enjoyed
underwear.
that. Yes,
I'm going to show him the panties. I have these as well. I've won.
but how were they?
A bit somber. We said our goodbyes.
He'll just pull you into a gentle hug, Gifton. I'm sure that they were looking to the future. Well, I suppose looking to the past.
Yeah. It'll be different. It'll be better. There'll be less pain.
You know what's wonderful about that?
Hmm?
It really means that Oberon, well, it really means that Gabriel found some capacity to hope for things again.
Yep. And we're going to give that gift to them of a better future. And you too.
It'll be
You're
nice to
gonna-
see her happy.
It'll nice to see both of them happy.
He gives you a little wry smile as he goes, "Well, I'm not so fussed about him, but I suppose so."
Oh, you know you have a soft spot for him. You're just mad about what he did to her. That's why it hurts so much, because you love them both. I can tell.
He just claps you on the shoulder as the doorways open up. Telday, you saw this machine appear. You've been seeing the Fomorians rather efficiently gathering up their people. They have like citywide communication. They are directing people by like little quadrants of the city. And there's essentially the world's biggest queue of undead starting to mass. Which, if you were like, you know, a holy crusader or such, this would be the most god awful, terrifying sight. it is the quintessential undead horde getting ready to march. Only they're like carrying books and papers. There's like scholarly chatting happening between them.
Don't believe their lies!
Hold
the line, my
the
brothers!
it's the army of the nerds.
The council coming out to join you, Telde, as well as Lysel, who gives you a little nod and looks through the sort of appeared machine that is mimicking the entryway and goes, "So, this is to be salvation."
Are you coming, my lady?
I've been trying to decide that.
It'll have to be forever and always if you come.
I don't think they need me.
What about your father?
I want to be here with him. I know that things will change and it might not matter, but
It might make all the difference. Maybe Harcount and you aren't bound to that fate anymore. Maybe things can be better.
that would fill me with great happiness.
And your father deserves that kind of happiness as well.
And better he gets a chance for a happy living daughter without me around.
I think he'll end up a bit of both. I smile. After all, you are the demigoddess. You will be again. But
I'm willing whatever change comes of me. I think I'm willing to let it happen.
you are a brave woman. I give her a hug. It's that weird hug where she has to kind of will it because otherwise I kind of part passing through. But I realize she is Ghost Lady.
Give her a hug. Fall through.
She can be substantial if she wants, and her embrace is strangely warm for how cold it is. And she goes, "I've never been particularly brave, but this feels right."
Yeah, I think we're all having to do what feels right.
Besides, they've been running things for a long time.
Well, and this way you can finally force them to run things.
Indeed. No more knocking on my chambers telling me that strange people have shown up to come visit me. She smiles at you.
I hope I see you again.
I hope so too.
And if I don't,
Then I hope you see someone else that is quite happy.
I hope you do as well.
But I am going to go accompany those that have chosen to stay. A small number, but an important number.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Take care of them, please.
Of course.
I'm gonna bring up there's one that doesn't have a trace right now. We kind of left someone over at Dylan's con.
I'm certain we can get him fetched.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I'm gonna hit up an angel on Angel Radio and tell them that there is a certain researcher that we need collected and dropped off to the queue.
You even want to leave is the question.
Yeah,
He's not getting a choice. He's coming. Listen, he can go check out the Eunice Aflac in the future again. He'll be fine.
Thankfully, they have some time to try and track him down because it's going to take some time to load up the Fomirians, and they need that time to track him down. The man that can meld into the earth and doesn't trust angels, that's a task.
Said the unicorns, they'll find him.
Strangely enough, the Illan angels are very responsive to you, as if somebody has told them to,
don't fuss around with me.
Attend to your wishes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm gonna get him there because I'll be honest, everything he wants will be where he's going, so he might as well just come. We'll drop him off again. It'll be fine. You can go right
the
back.
entirety of the council coming.
The entirety of the council sans Annalise is coming.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Which, speaking of which, Teldy and Gifton, Annalisa will actually approach the two of you. Those clockwork hands clasped in front of her, and she just gives you both a little stare, and she goes, "I didn't like your presence, and now you are putting apart all that I love and hold dear."
We're trying to hold it together.
You better make this work, or I promise you, no span of time will stop me from sending more assassins to get you.
Ha 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 ha!
I'm going to smile and go, of course. You were quite effective last time.
Not effective enough. Don't disappoint me. And she just turns on heel, and she's walking away.
I am going to miss her.
Psychotic. Raphael just mumbles under his breath.
I just go, that's somebody who really loves her people. It's a shame she's not going with them.
There
Also
are
kind of a
still
good
some
thing.
here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Well, looks like we have last pickups to do.
Last pickups for Teldy, if you wouldn't mind.
Speaking of, at what point of all this did we get back to Beacon?
You guys are sort of in Beacon right now, while this is
Were we in
happening.
Beacon
By the way, somebody's
when this
stamping a
was all
hoof and going, it's been 20 minutes.
You're doing this
Yeah,
like the hedgehog,
Millie
tapping your foot,
is
looking at your watch.
Millie is politely glowering at you, Cassie. You know, in the way that a relative that really likes you, but is a little annoyed.
Carrick is when we get there, Carrick just send ascending when actually he'd be going there. I'm guessing Care would tell us that they have left if we showed up there.
Care's not there.
Is anyone in the house?
Them.
They're not. Although, you notice that the cupboards have been opened up, like some food pulled out. There's a wicker basket that's missing that's normally kept around here.
Shut the cabinets.
I'm ascending to Gifton. I'm at your house and nobody seems home. Is Traveler here, or did
I used the radio earlier that we all have. So you should have known.
Timeline wise, where all
You would have gotten that.
You would have got that because because I would have had to go to scrims first. So yeah.
So I would have either.
You want to port to Faramir? Or are you just going to wait here?
Just wait. We'll
I'll go elsewhere.
Direct them to the tavern, and I'm going home.
Okay. You're going to go spend some time.
I'm gonna pipe up on the a reply to you because I'm assuming we talked, and I'm gonna say, why don't you visit your grandma too?
That was what we actually asked. Did Grandma grab Mom and Howard and take my house from the message from when?
Oh yeah, she would have.
Okay,
so
everybody's at the.
Oh no, poor Talia.
Mm-hmm.
That's grandma and mother-in-law, and I mean Howard's nice at least.
Yeah, she's spending all her time with Howard.
At least the mimic and the rust monster.
Yeah.
That's not being mentioned either for a little bit.
All right.
You might want to keep the mimic somewhere the fuck else for a bit.
They're not there, so
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to spend some time with family. Are you going to tell them what's happening, or are you just going to spend some nice time?
I am just telling them that it's a temporary stop. We need to go back in time to take care of it a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, they are understanding. It's that adventuring life, you know. Well, I mean, your mum and Howard are a little perplexed by this, but yes, you'll spend some nice time. Lynn won't stop talking about like how well the eggs are getting along.
How impressed she is.
how
They're
impressed
doing
she
such a good
is,
job.
and like you can tell they're going to be so big and strong just by the gleam of the shells, and basically,
Especially probably like the weirdest bonding that your mom is having with Grandma Lynn, because she doesn't understand anything about the eggs, but the fact that your children are being praised is something your mom would probably get on with.
yeah. It's definitely a weird little scenario you found yourself in.
Yes, yes, it is. And the occasional screech.
There's the occasional screech, and then like the occasional sound of scritch on the floorboards. As things zoom around.
Oh God.
Okay.
At some point, one of the baby dragons is going to try to chase a fennec. There should be destroyed room.
Raziel is going to look to you, Telday, and just go, if you don't mind overseeing the Fomerians, we can get Dadriel to do some more pickups if need be. I need you for a moment, Gifton.
Of course.
Yes, I can do so. I will need to speak to Valda at some.
Oh, also make sure that they're grabbing everything that we need to help with the Morgani thing. You told them about that, right?
One moment.
Tell that you
I
told
did
them
say
that...
I needed to speak to Valda, didn't I?
I'm saying that right next
Wonderful.
to all the freaking council members as I look and tell Dan, I go, you told them we're going to be doing the Morgani thing in the past, right? To cause the least amount of damage.
Lufa's looking at you, Telday, and then he's like clapping his big warm-tinted hands together and just going, Valda, over here.
Because, they probably should be packing up all that stuff from the research and everything like that, right?
Right. Valda will come on over as Gifton is pulled away by Raziel. Telday, do you want to inform them that, hey, plans still go ahead just at a different time? Yeah. Right. So people are sent to dismantle a lot of things down below.
I'm also going to ask after Shax and how he's been doing.
Not well. In fact, something else we need to address. Are we bringing him?
You can just hear down the hallway.
What are you talking about? That's just Oosglass. By the way, she's roaming loose in the city and she might be in the machine.
There has been discussion of forgetting certain things, so
That's
that
actually what I was going to suggest. It could heal him, or a potential him, or however you wish to term it.
we are thinking it would be relatively recent events that would be forgotten, so that things would stay similar.
Then just his readings that cause this.
Nodding.
Quite a few of us are capable of performing memory alteration spells, so easy enough to take care of. Hoping it works. And there will be some of us left behind here, those that wish not to go. If things do not work out, well, you'll still have some caretakers.
If we are leaving, if people are staying in the past, they may be able to attempt preparations.
Yes, indeed. We'll have to figure out where we're settling again.
I'm sure there are some ideas. You could always ask Otto.
Otto, Melinda.
Nodding. They would know best.
We'll have to beg audience with the goddess of that land, I suppose. You have that kind of sway, I think not? Yes?
At some point we will.
That is the plan. Unfortunately, it's about the best we can say at this time.
She just nods, and as you can sort of go over matters that need to be addressed, Gifton. Raziel is going to hold out both of his hands to you. Flying lesson, real quick.
All right. flapping my wings as hard as I can, concentrating.
He smiles a little bit and goes, "This is more of a funny jest at what I'm about to do, but something you whisked away." And you find
just flaps her wings during this regardless. Gonna try. Dream.
You're thrown off course drastically.
Yeah.
And suddenly you find yourself in a kind of familiar place. The council chambers of the gods. The little audience chamber. And waiting there is Imor, Illan, Heya, who does not look like she's in particularly great shape. She looks kind of weak. And Miris.
Oh, my favorite people in one place, huh?
And Miris just gives you a comforting little smile when you arrive, and just goes, "There she is, saviour beyond belief."
No, I think that's gonna be them.
Oh, I see you're already making use of my spark.
Yeah, I'm taking good care of it. You know, I've had both of the twins now.
Wow, that's. I hope past me comes to appreciate that.
I don't even remember it.
And Imor actually pipes and goes, "Miris has been telling us some truths for a change."
Ah.
The whole plan of death and deception carrying us through.
Well, that's not going to need to happen.
Imor just nods, and Miris claps his hands together and goes, "Of course not. You're going to have 4 brand new gods back there, and you're going to have a hale and hearty Heya," he says, looking over at Heya, who just sort of gives you a weak smile, given, "I am going to postulate that it might be possible for you, their help, to make sure that we're carried through without any unnecessary death. There's enough power there to maintain people."
I'm hoping so. I'm also going to see what happens when I get the spark the second time, because that'll be fun.
Oh dear, that is going to happen, isn't it? Miris stays with, so potentially 6 new gods.
Yes, apparently I'll see your sister twice. I guess you're a little behind on the scale there.
What can I say? She was always ahead of me.
So you've realized what I was planning to do?
No, but apparently we think along the same lines.
I'm making adjustments for what won't be.
As had told us as much.
Faye won't be split the way it was. We'll make sure Titania does not die. Which means an act of cruelty will not give birth to a sad little race. And something different can happen instead. So maybe a happier time for everybody.
As for that, Illan says, "I want you to have some certainty that you'll have us help you then."
That would be good.
I'd like for you to carry some knowledge back if you trust us to not try and influence things. And he looks at Miris when he says that. Miris actually puts up his hands and goes, "Not asking you to carry anything back for me further than you already are. I trust my brothers and sisters here to Niece more appropriate? He actually looks at Haya, and Haya just rolls her shoulders a bit and goes, whatever you want to call me.
My daughter.
Haya smiles at you a little. Yes, no need to carry any memories back from me. I'm sure I'll figure it out and come to know and trust who you are. But the rest of them, good allies. And if I do start fucking things about back then as well, they'll have some foreknowledge and can work against me.
Oh, hopefully if you're fucking things about, it's in a harmless and fun way.
Oh, isn't it always?
So everything's fine until the screaming starts. All right. What do we do?
We need to imbue an object, something easy for you to carry.
Good. I've got 2 Fey antlers. What have you got for me?
Oh, they're beating us to it, are they? Marissa says, leaning back in his chair. And Eden frowns a little bit and goes, I'm going to give you a sapling myself.
I would love that.
He just opens up his hand and a small little sapling seems to grow from it.
I will gently take it.
Oh, good. Now you get to carry 2 antlers in a tree.
Yes.
Give this to me, and I will know you and care as I do.
Or if you go back in time, it's going to turn into a seed.
Send them in the music box.
Please.
You have 2 music boxes when this is over with. You know that, right?
I would hope that you'll keep one.
Oh, I'm allowed.
Of course. And Imor sort of looks at you and goes, knowing your penchant for music, and I think you've attached to something that my people enjoy, he will actually reach back behind him and he's going to pull out this beautiful acoustic guitar that looks like it might have just sort of like edged inlays of bone. It's this black and white thing.
Quite lovely. Oh, this is beautiful.
God, he didn't
Thank you.
invent death metal.
Strum a few chords for me, won't you?
I will. I'll sing you songs on it. Or I give it over.
And Haya will look to you and goes, I don't know what I can give you.
I think I know what to give you. Want to go over, give her a hug?
He hugs you in return.
I will ask you to know me, to know my memories, to know everything about me. Maybe that will be enough.
Her hugging you tightens a little bit, and there's a faint warmth, and she says, sure it will.
You're going to be so strong when I see you.
And
I'm going to be so proud of you.
maybe I'll get a better relationship with my family.
Yes. You deserve that. They deserve that. Let's do it right this time. Also, you have to promise me that you make Tammy someday.
Tammy?
She's this adorable little sphinx. That's quite a bit of a smarmy thing, but
Then I will make the smartest sphinx I can.
yes. She's very sweet.
Oh,
Oh,
grand
Sorry.
charge given upon you. We put our fate in your hands, the Marissa says with a smile. Again.
I'll see you again on the long way around.
Ah.
I will bow my head.
Each of them stands up, hair a little shakingly, and they give you deep bows in return.
All right, brother. Back to work. Never done.
Back to work. And he reaches out a hand to you. As you take it, you feel him unfurl his wings to travel, and you hear Miris go, "She's a fairy godmother," and Raziel whisks you away.
That was rude.
Right. Arriving back in Foromir, the loading takes hours, which is a shockingly quick time when it comes down to it. Thankfully, Traveller is able to reconfigure its innards far more readily in the outdoors, so the crowds that enter don't get stuck. There's no sort of bottlenecking beyond the doorway itself. They are quickly channeled into chambers, rooms, essentially creating a small city within itself to house these Vermirians. The interior matching quite the Vermirian architecture, as if it's trying to create a similar calming atmosphere. And eventually, the last of the Vermirians willing to go are on board. The city dead, deserted. Only a scant few still remaining.
Vermeer dead.
Mm-hmm. It is now the city of the dead.
To think all we did to try and save this city.
We did the right thing. We saved all these people.
You wouldn't be here to go back and build something new if you hadn't, Founder says.
A city isn't just its walls, it's people. And we saved that too. Well, let's go pick up everybody in Beacon. And then pick up a bunch of wild animals.
And I depart for Beacon. You hear Traveller chime.
Yes, Traveller, take us to Beacon.
Take
Take us to Carrick's Tavern.
Oh no, he misheard.
Okay.
We're going to Bacon. We're
All
going to
right.
show up in Care's kitchen.
Carrick's Tavern. There is a major stir during the dinner hour. There's a what's it going to be? There's a grandfather clock. Is going to materialize.
Bong.
By the way, who was Dadriel sent to get?
I've forgotten at this point. Maybe Bill. Were we getting Bill?
From Dolewood, yeah.
I was gonna say, did we want Bill? Or are we good? Well, I know we might be having some extras, so you know.
Did you want to did you want to send Dadriel for that, or did one of you want to handle that? Because you have a machine that can move pretty instantaneously from point to point.
We could all go get Bill together.
We'll point out our list we are missing.
Is it
Temde.
Temde?
Temde, Lewis.
We have Louis.
No, Louise.
Oh,
you got
Louis.
Louis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Louis.
You can send Dadriel for 10 days if you want.
Yeah, we can send Dadriel
That
for
might be
Temde.
the best.
So we'll
ones.
send Dadriel to get Temde because that would be the hardest one for us to track down.
Hmm.
And then we
This is the
can
only one that's listed as one Temde.
one. I thought that would be funny, so I wrote it.
Oh, but what if we want two of them?
No, only get the one Temde. Alright, so yeah, we
We'll-
will we'll appear in the grandfather clock.
Yep, you appear in Beacon, and over the course of a little bit, you can get everybody gathered up. RG coming with.
Oh, Millie, I didn't know you were coming.
I'm supposed to be back at my shop like hours ago.
Oh, yeah, you're coming for a long ride. Come.
Apparently, the needs have gone stale. Well, she can pack away quite a few. She's looking at you, Cass.
I'm into this best.
Corvus probably grabbed a couple
Uh-huh.
of those for his.
There's a lot of hungry people in there, Millie. You're going to be very popular.
Oh,
There's
I suppose.
no.
Easier ways to get a baker, though. She's just going to go and attend to like Goliaths and everything.
You're gonna hand random Valerians a bread roll that don't know why they're getting it.
She accepts walking into a grandfather clock.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Listen, Cassie told her something about time. This makes sense.
It's a clock.
Lady Gentle! I'm gonna go over and give her a hug.
Gifton, a staunch believer in my morality, I hear.
Why wouldn't I be? You're a good person.
Oh, you are the sweetest thing. And she gives you a
I
little
mean,
heart.
we're in a book club together. Which, by the way, I read that novel. I'm good to talk about it, and also good for recommendations for another one because I really want to know more of that author's stuff.
Oh, marvelous. Well, I do know just the next book to recommend to you. I might
No.
have to steal a copy if you want to read it in any good time, though.
Oh,
Before Carrick leaves the house, Carrick's actually summoning Merrick there and leaving him at home.
Oh, you're leaving Merrick there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause he can't be the 20, and I don't want him to just continue to be in the
in the food room.
in the food room. As nice as the food room is,
Okay.
he probably misses his sister.
Merrick does express a little bit of sadness briefly at the fact you're going, but then starts just doting on Lynn.
Mhm.
Big dragon.
Pretty dragon. Pretty dragon.
like Grandma, spoil please.
Grandma's
There's probably
spoil
going
me.
to be. I'm going to come home to so many, and they
Fat
both
pseudo dragons.
no, they both got in trouble. They started fighting over your grandmother.
Yeah, because I'm sure most people that found a pet have experienced the thing where there's always that one person that your animal loves way more than it loves you because they're the rare occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't
grandma.
know. There are other grandmothers there, and they've probably seen her far less.
Yeah, it's the best day for Merrick.
The best thing is Howard is the one for your guard drakes. And he's very
Probably.
unnerved by it.
Why are they? They're large. They're very large. They're both bigger than the other ones.
Well, I'm gonna give them a hug. And is RG there? Did RG bring family?
Yeah, or
Yeah,
it'd be
RG comes with Marissa and the kids.
Oh, good.
God.
I'm gonna go give Marissa a hug and dote on the babies.
She returns the hug, and then she's like holding up her finger to you, going, "What you've roped her into is insane."
I hold my hands up. Would
She
you
just-
rather not have had both of you coming along?
She just like shakes her finger at you. This is like lost for words before just continuing on into the machine.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathaniel, who has been basically here this whole time,
In the machine.
has introduced himself to various people. Like, he was bemused when the undead started to come on board, especially when it didn't stop happening. But he's actually going to approach the group of you and goes, "Well, seeing the endeavours that are going on, I think it's worth coming.
Good.
I shall hold Beacon in my mind.
Hold Beacon in your mind.
It's a kind machine.
Oh, Nathaniel, right.
This
Right,
entity, Traveller.
Yeah.
I like them.
I like them too. They have a really lovely ballroom.
Oh my.
Oh, I'll be great to see it.
Is this everybody?
With the arrival of Dedriel and Tim Day, who does decide to come along, more because they were curious as to what the hell this angel is talking about. But they'll come over to you, Telday, and you can get them sort of caught up on the situation. And they'll just sort of nod, like, preserving the memory of all I've seen, all that I know. It's worthwhile.
The year or two that we've existed.
Indeed. But what a couple of years. However, I have a question. Our creation was an abhorrent thing that happened. Are we really preserving this?
What if it's different this time?
If it is different, then we are different, and we are not preserved.
Maybe some elements of you are preserved.
But I cannot bring myself to destroy us.
No. I think the tragedy of what we are is part of our culture now.
Yeah, I understand that.
Besides, we cannot ask all of our kind what they would desire, and that's the only moral option seems to be inaction. Not a perfect answer, but I think the only answer that makes sense.
That seemed to be the answer I tended to get when I did ask.
Then I will help preserve our tragedy and the good that came from it.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
I sure hope that I am not dying.
I mean, of having to be a part of it.
I have been told that there should be no consequences to it, so I hope that is true.
No consequences. Let's go.
There is the ominous chiming as Traveller just weighs in with, there are no guarantees.
I do find it funny that there's actually, technically, by raw undead race being odd, there's actually probably more Warforged in here than a lot of other races currently.
Yeah.
Some were with Firmir and some were with Scrim.
Yeah. You've got quite a large pool for populace here right now, strangely enough.
This is all
Shall
part
we-
of Telday's secret
Plan.
Shall we go see
invade.
Shall we go see about Bill and Dolvwood if he would come?
That is, I think, the last one on our list.
Let us all show up and start streaming out of the front of the
Let's...
Traveler.
All right, I'm gonna grab.
Would you like me to appear in his offices?
Yes, please.
Let's not have the undead come out though
middle
after
of his
what
office might be a bad move.
No, I
2
want to do
feet
his
in
office.
front of his desk is perfect.
There is the little flickering of lights that suggest travel within here. And then the little chime. We are here. You're a robot again, Corvus.
That's where she's a robot. I can tell exactly what that was.
Another Warforged.
Another
Hooray.
Warforged.
This is
All right,
actually the thing, is there's a Warforged virus in this thing. We're all becoming Warforged.
I'm gonna knock the door from the inside.
Okay.
Knock on the inside.
Unfortunately, this does not carry through.
Oh damn! I don't know that. I'm gonna look over and go. Who wants to be the first one to scare Bill?
I do not know him that well.
This should be a fun time for Corvus to appear.
Oh, Corvus wants to do it. Oh,
I keep talking and I keep and my mic keeps muting.
You want to do it, Cassie?
I was going to say we should get the High General involved in this. It would make it easier. Just have him go stomping out there and go like,
Hey, Stenhouse, you want to scare the Shire Eve of Dolvwood real quick?
No,
like Corvus.
you
do
go
it.
ahead and have fun. He's currently sitting down beside Millie and just sharing one of his bottles of liquor.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cass is gonna
looks
walk-
like
just going to walk out.
Okay, Cassie.
Hmm.
A 17 doesn't hit your AC, right?
No.
Okay, so Cassie, first things that go through your mind as you open up the door is like, this is like the view of Bill's office as you're entering it. And then it's like, there's Bill. What's he pointing? And then there's the
Okay.
bang, and there is a ricochet of a bullet like quite near your head. Before
Cass is just tilting her head to the side away from the bullet.
Cassie, you are quite clearly coming out of a large cabinet that has parked itself right in front of his office door.
Sad Corvus noises have ensued.
And
he
Bill slowly
wanted
lowers
to
his
walk
gun
in.
and goes,
Yeah, Corvus wanted to be knocked out. Probably would have shot, actually.
what in the seven hells?
Bill!
Bill.
We have come for you. It is time to go.
I thought somebody actually was coming for me.
But we
Oh, no,
actually
we
have
are.
come
We
for you.
are.
Come,
Just a
come
different
on,
way.
into the box.
I mean, if need be, we'll get orders for you. But come on.
Are you not giving these people an option?
Excuse me,
No.
there
No
are
options.
procedures. I might not do a little bit of respect, I'd hope.
I gave
Oh,
Saga
we
instead.
did.
How-
That's why
Shire
we come to
Eve,
get you.
Bill,
Oh, no.
I, General Greysteel, do
Oh,
commend
right,
you into
yes,
my service.
I will come into your nonsense magic cabinet. What?
I at least gave both the people I collected an option.
That'll be a lot
Well,
faster
and
to explain
he's
everything
gonna-
from inside the box.
He's going to come in, and then he pauses and just goes, "Good God, this is rather large, and that's a skeleton." Fowler waves at Bill.
It's a powder.
Yes, there's quite a variety in here. Welcome.
All right.
To Traveler.
So we're about to do something very strange where we're going to change the past but not change the future as much. And we need people that know people and can anchor the current timeline so that way everything will be okay. And you seem to be the person who knows connectively the most people in Dulvewood that we know of, and we would like to have you be a representative of the good people of Dulvewood. Would you accept this task?
Okay. Maris is fine,
Good.
by the way.
I know I sent angels, so it's fine.
Yes, I was told.
Yes, I'm not sure I'm popular with Maris anymore.
He's a little unhappy, but
Yes, I
it
don't
worked out
envy
well.
ya. His
Oh,
sister's fine,
and
I was told.
secondly, what the hells are you talking about?
We are going to undo multiple major catastrophes through time and prevent the end of the world.
I needed your
all the
help to
gods.
stop a Goliath attack. And you
That
want me
won't
to come
happen.
help and save the world?
That won't happen. The people who died in the Goliath attack won't have died. That's what we're changing. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be better.
You are
Mad.
insane
Yes.
and... right, what? Okay, sure.
Mhm.
Let me get my coat at the very least.
Yeah, you might as well.
If you want better descriptions, there's probably someone in here that can give better.
By the way, Stenhouse, if you ever need somebody that you just want to just throw everybody off on who'd make a really good new High General, I really like Bill.
I'll take this under consideration.
Thank you.
Bill was out of earshot.
Yeah, Bill walked out to get his coat. He's coming back in and going, "I'll get more of my stuff, but you blocked my office door."
We can move it.
We can move it.
What?
Traveler, can you move us slightly so he can get access to his door?
Small movements are a little trickier.
All right. Where would be a good place to park this? Can we be parked
We're
in
just,
the,
I'm
down
good
the
to go.
hallway? We're
I'm
good?
sure that
Okay.
you can get me whatever I need.
You
That's
did
fine.
mention issues
Good
with
God.
Goliaths. Do you still have any problems with them?
I can't say that I'm... Oh, hello. He's looking over at Scrim.
I'm guessing if they're not actively attacking Dulvewood, it is fine.
I'm sure that I can act like a mature adult.
All right, as long as we're acting like a mature adult. Now we
At least
officially
one person can.
have everybody that's going into the past. Where in the past are we going? Do we want to land in Zaha or do we want to land in
Who'd we lose? We lost Corvus.
Yep. He's
Talk of the
been
past,
trying to
killed
fix
Corvus.
this thing.
All right, but I'm just going to continue. Do we want to go into the past of Zaha as the first stopping point? Do we want to make grounds in Saflak?
We
Or
need
do
to grab
wanna...
our creatures.
Oh yeah, we gotta grab. Well, yeah, we gotta grab our creatures. But where are we going after that? We need to figure out where we're
might as
landing.
Well, start at the first point, which would be Saha.
Well, do we
Yes.
want to get Ilan on our side before we talk to Heya? I'll have an easier.
Testing. One,
Yep,
two,
you're back.
three.
You can be heard. But we could get Ilan on our side faster than we can get Heya.
Do we need to go to his continent? Probably back then we would.
Yeah.
I mean, we technically have a
Well,
continent. with
we can hide this box
opportunities.
somewhere though. All right.
Hopefully not in front of someone's doorways.
Barast might be the best because
Yeah, we'll land in
no-
Barast and then we'll hide everything from there. All right. So let's go get our creatures. So we'll teleport to go get the creatures.
Okay, right. You make a quick jaunt to current day Sahar to pick up a vast array of creatures, which, thankfully, there is a Sphinx temple there for this box to mimic and create a large entryway. You're able to get those on board. The builder flashing fond greetings at you. And the menagerie is going to be whisked away. And between Sadar and, strangely enough, some of the Goliaths, they can be well taken care of.
All right, nice. And then I have
Not feed anything to the mimic that is a creature.
oh my god. Oh no. I have no last things to do, so I don't know if anybody does. I'm gonna look at Cassie and go, did you want to say goodbye to Michael first?
No, it's best that we just go. It would be a bad idea to get them involved.
All right. Let's go.
Are we? No, we will do that later. Never
What will
mind.
we do?
The memory modifications.
We can do that before you guys head to the for the future. You'll need your memories for now.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. To the past.
That is a very broad destination.
We need to go before the conflicts arrive between Hea and Morgani.
That is also a very broad destination.
You
We're going further back than we've gone before.
Raziel, give me a time.
Oh dear. Do we want to go post or pre-Talal? Are we?
Pre-Talal, I think.
Okay, we're going back further.
I
before I started working there.
Before you started working there would be best, right? Was that a happy time for you?
He sort of like shakes his hand side to side.
What was the state of conflict between Morgani and Hea at that point? That we visited Talal originally.
So to where you pick the first time you saw Talal, there was no conflict. But Raziel had started putting things in place to cause conflict, which you guys are aware of. Which by the time you guys revisited at the end of Talal's lifetime had culminated in a larger war between the two continents, and that had ended, and there was a rough peace period.
I guess part of my thinking is, especially if we have Talal with us, trying to hew closer to his time might avoid creating too many more paradoxes that need to be addressed.
I'm just worried that like we might go there when damage is already starting to be done. Or the other thing is we might end up with two Talals. Which, might not be a bad thing. But I guess Talal's going back to the future with you guys, so it'd be okay.
You guys.
All of us guys. So, might be a thing.
Someone else is going to catch that.
Yeah. All right, so we could get... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, I'd like to stop it before Raz does too much.
Let's see. I think we definitely want to go back before the actual wars broke out. That was...
Yeah.
Tragic. We could arrive slightly before you... We still want to have issues with Morgani. Just enough to bring up, we need to treat her.
Yes.
So a small amount of blame on her is not a bad thing.
Yes.
Correct.
I think we go back just a bit after you left during Talal's time. Before the wars broke out, but we can bring a better course about.
Take advantage of the groundwork that was being laid.
Indeed.
So, just after Cassie died.
Yes. Yes, that's its own problem, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It puts the angels on high alert.
That'll be fine, because
10
I
years?
need to get their attention.
10 years after the fact, a little bit of cooldown time. Conflicts haven't started for yet.
Sure, 10 years after. 10 years after the death of Cassiopeia Steelshod in the Tulian Empire.
Understood. And the machine starts to whirl, and you begin your journey back into the past. And that is where we're going to end this week's session.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Okie dokie. All right, everybody take a cool 3,000 experience points.
We didn't XP last week.
Oh, take
Yeah.
3,000 experience points from last week as well.
Who's too paid?
You will get last week Piety of Choice. This week you will get a Piety from Hea, Imor, Miris, and Ilan.
Just that, or do we also get, like, in addition, the
Just
extra
those
piety?
ones.
Ilan.
Or what do I get?
Miris? Did you say Miris?
Indeed.
I appreciate now.
I
That's
want
not
something
worth
of value
anything.
had.
Not my opinion.
But
then.
indeed,
Oh,
everybody take one of choice as well.
All right, we got Ilan, Imor,
Miris and Hea.
and Hea.
And everybody take one of choice as well.
They.
I made a condensed thing in the XP channel.
And we will do this same time next week.
Oh, that